Also, we see in sports, entertainment, economy, education, politics, BBR, ubenya wo my activeonline.com and anopay. Kai say active media training, active media training, so need you also special send a graphic designing, video editing, a camera handling, a news reporting, broadcast journalism, program hosting. Just a bibia a family juma no bia no. Pomodia say ubeba active media training. A year Jumedia, a active TV, and active brains consultancy. I should share fefe ama ubia. It's pomodia so I found forms and premises of active TV. Ya waga odumase e wo pokwase ablekuma kwantempo no so forms no eda form pra 50 Ghana cedis per fees no so eda form one time payment utua pay untua biom for the whole 6 months training and also eda form part bomodi say we be file forms e wo the premises of active TV. Ya waga odumase junction pokwase ablekuma kwantempo no so e ho a ene ye wo na bra befa forms which my friend 0244411814 0244411814 and that's 0267732508 0267732508 na yenwe inkomo ene anope mama Clement akwaba na miwia yakwohwe municipal front pages dia ekoso ene anope. Clement, good morning.
Morning.
It has been a long weekend.
Boko, how I wish a weekend no better to us. The holidays there.
Okay. It's you mentioned when you share in some Auditors General Reporter by and microphone mienu be kasa fasa se no ye ne ibaro no wusu ebedi kan twe nkomo and na pay na ye ne eye berimo say to so atwe nkomo ansa na yakọ eye teacher strike issue na aba no eye National Parents Teacher Association the omo statement aba ye be pe ho asemaka and na pay e wo jumedie no so into wo modian say wo be join the discussion but yen go straight to eye okay, producer here ready here. Front pages of the newspapers, no. Now, yeah, when stories are at that front pages, no anymore. And then back I said which we do discussions and also messages about 0503 236 735 0503 236 735. Okay, producer, so I ready now. You share the headlines on the various newspapers and okay, I mean started with a year. Okay, producer semi man America create. Okay, my started with a year Daily Guide newspaper. Or say banner headline here: we will bounce back soon. Alan assures. I think in relation to the economy, you know, Henry Korte warns Ramsar encroaches. I will revamp NPP to break the 8. That is according to one of the aspirants. NPP name lawyer Justin Kudia, or General Secretary Emma MPP. 2 men arrested with human head. That is a very sad one coming in from the Republic of Kaswa, Kasland. Ofanko in Sarum Road project to start July 20. Daily Guide. Yanko Ghanaian Times newspaper. Banner headline or say African Union Anti-Corruption Day celebration. Safeguard public funds. GII to government. Now a picture of Ms. Linda Ofori-Kwafo, our executive director, Emma Ghana Integrity Initiative. Gym instructor before court for alleged human trafficking at page 3 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Application of stay of execution against Trasaco Furniture, one other dismissed. Page 3 of Ghanaian Times. And our ministry meets regional officers on public land transaction. So these are the stories on the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Yenko other newspaper. So Yenko Daily Graphic, truth and accuracy every day. Banner headline: budget review tomorrow. Direct IMF inflows into agri sector players urge government into a year ochna a year finance minister ebeko parliament to review the budget na enona impenifu ewo agri sector no say sky be fi IMF abano omo fa nyina nko share a year efuye na minor economy no enko so. Another picture at that a front page of a daily graphic. No, we kai kia that kai front page here. Nipa and edasono. Nipa edasopa. Now I just say snoring over death. Snoring over death. There's a conform that omo what type kia kai mu omo da. Omo dasro. And they can never tell what will happen to them. That is a sad story there. Northeast region welcomes infrastructural projects and no guarantor loans. 12 million Ghana cedis released to students. A year student loan transfer and also na omode and also Abayenko Today newspaper. Come, let's talk and work it out. Times are rough. Group indum to debtors. Group indum so the aba say omo de neka ene de omo kan nyina omo mbra na omo ntrase na omo nwetwe enkomo Ghana Medical Association joins teachers to demand for cola. Ghana Medical Association doctors ekuo kese wo Ghana ha no omo so say teachers cola na omo ji atumu omo je no omo so mu hia bi enti se wa ya hwe ni ya Ghana Medical Association and doctors ebe strike. Fear grips Ghana over jailbreak of Boko Haram members. Oko Nigeria so Boko Haram members aye chi omo e de omo koto efiase no omo break jail je say omo dwane efiase a aboga ne hu say se bi dwane omo dwane bebre na abehye Ghana enti ho asem na won yenko the dispatch tension mounts in Boli over chiefs attempt to compel settler towns to be given Gonja names. Chiefs attempt to compel settler towns to be given Gonja names. And also, Eyasema Ewoho. Education Minister in trouble as SHS face food shortages. And also, Yasema Ebeshe and Anope Ewo active by so most of our senior high schools now. Eduane edebe serving edebe man kwala ne di no eduane ashorte ewo ho and you say education minister that so ayeshe papa relocation of a Mary plant will stabilize power in Ghana and the energy minister NPP government will use IMF's program for Ghana's betterment Amiyaw Ekunfi and so a position ewo NPP on national delegate conference on Mekono Nancy and Ninsema award the daily dispatch. Yanko the daily searchlight. Banner headline or see Roman father suspended after abortion claims by disgruntled woman. You see the same priest arrested in the United States for soliciting a prostitute. Okay, the Roman father been said na so Ayesha wama obabi yabase wama na ya abortion the woho and see na so Ayesha don't blame Dr. Educhum for food shortages in schools. Ex-director of Edwidge. You see Edward. You see Daniel short schools no. Emmanuel Fasobono Emma education minister. Ni bisa say Fasobono enkoma wana. Student loan trust fund disburses 12 million Ghana cedis to no guarantor student loan applicants. And also Amanibo Abano. Inti so when we say we apply for student loan now, what they say we call bank BIB ona fa we switch ekoyi usika na Amanibo Abano. IMF bailout, we will surely bounce back. Alan raises hope. Alan say IMF ayekoi. Yes, Ghana sambe sorry biom. We Amanika Krebia abo atuyen aso o mine so yes san ebe sorry biom. So President Akufo-Addo ekadano. These two shall pass. And current global economic crisis, a wake-up call to Africa to adopt technological development. Vice President Baumia or Ghana. Okay, nti I'm on the boy oh no. Yenko the Insight newspaper. Health sector faces new crisis over exodus of nurses due to poor conditions of service. And say, as I may say, last Friday, Fabia Etra Jumedi so Boba and say, Oba Ghana ha, nurses, ni midwives, say, Ghana ha nina. Either say, Omeja Jumo Moyeno, Amuye Juma for, and as we bring na etutu kwan akwa abrochi some kope ejuma papa aye esan say akituya ene akadia ede mo fa ede mo juma no enso eni nti amansi nurses bebre na ekọ efiga na memu akọ abrochi akọpe omo hyebre eho asem aka nti che say o ba health sector na nurses bebre na ejai ejuma eye another crisis I ba hit health sector no if aban anhwe eho asem Anka. IMF bailout. Alan says economy will bounce back. Sana Medican Kaino. Alan Martin, Minister of Trade and Industry, or say IMF ayekui. Yes, I beba back. Men worry cry. Yes, I ABC and Kitim as on mine. Ultra modern 50-bed Banahine Specialist Hospital outdoored in Grand Stars by the Banahine twin brothers. Okay, into call Banahine. Now with the if you say I buying and yes, I know a Banahine on Inuya Omuyenta and Omisi Hospital. Ama a crew be Banahine Omisi Hospital Amomo in see and then Asema Young called the Daily Guide newspaper. The Daily Guide newspaper, then and Owamaye. Or see, we will bounce back soon. No, okay, the Crusading Guide, rather. The Crusading Guide. Or see, Occupy Ghana whips over Ghana's current trip to IMF. Yes, so call a year Occupy Ghana, so ya say, Newspaper is see Hono Pano. Obe Feli say a year bina is see a ho, and answer will be the efim. Demo a year. IMF a year corner was what dream one tear say I can't think far unti and I walk IMF and I not pay omon tear said into Ghana year call IMF na can kind story that I just say o share a buying with Nyama almost sabe can ye come sabe to be so more to me and share and answer my Ghana sikasem no omo 1 to 2 year no enu nti na ye call IMF no ama omudi areho pa IMF bailout Ghana will bounce back Alan Cash assures nti Alan Cash de ene de ye can promise no ase oyaji efina na don sem o hwe ene person nyina bo hwe kese pa na o hwe say IMF bailout e ko ye besan meba back biom as a country republication concerning Sumaila Abdul Rahman demand for retraction and apology. Obina yakochro in some boni afane ho ena or say ye be yi assembly if people na ya sampa ne cho aka ho. Adai ni mo calls for reshuffle. Hey, papa di asem aba. Papa e de asem aba. Nanado aban we de ye reshuffle. Nanado aban we adai ni mo ye reshuffle. Eye former MP for Mampong, Ashanti Mampong, a year at Dynamo, or some year former presidential hopeful, and I say former flag bearer aspirant, Emma MPP, or the Abase, Ankebeya, Nana do Abanwi, on year reshuffle. Adai, Nana, Unti, Nana do very reshuffle, like I did out. Now, Adai Munus or some back, or some contested for the presidential slots in the MPP. Banahine Hospital unveiled to reduce maternal mortality and also asema woho yanko the Finder newspaper teachers government meet again today to seek solution to strike over 20% cola o share aha picture that with him na labor minister Ignatius Bafo wa Nagrats president Angel Kabonu and Reverend Isaac Owusu, president of NAT, Omuninomugu, Enimha, Chesene, teacher strike on Makui. Teacher strike on Makui, and no money buying ever transfer Medican can or Pan and Bram Mission Medina Seno. Say, and then Omishia na a year cola. year condition cost of living allowance no ombe trase aka eho asem kai teachers was strike into eho meeting omoko eho anope SHS is to receive foodstuffs latest today. Enti oko page 5 of finder na aya asema eho. President appeals to striking teacher to return to the classroom. Now asem you dey go to Facebook, Obi be reply say when we ask you to stop renting the private jet, did you listen to us? We will not listen to you. Massive demo hits government over MPs not ceding 20% container business to Gapoha. Okay, into also Yamaneba. All set for work to begin on Ofanko in Sawam dual carriage. Into Ofanko in Sawam road, you know, NCBI, you know, contractor Ebekoso na wakoye ehu ejuma. IMF bailout will restore confidence in economy. Alan Chematin into Alan Chematin so no say economy no abeba back ebe bounce back embra ye ko IMF. Yeah, share the Chronicle newspaper. MPP going to polls with flawed register. Eyasemisa. MPP for back or to aba eyi impenifo an executive somebeda eye party no enim na asema ebanisa na mania anamanebo ebane say eye omo election wa ko yi register dey beto aba no you say atoche makakra enti ye bisa say aso election wa ko ye no eye register no atoche ma na eno no de just say General Secretary NABE. A year Student Loan Trust releases 12 million Ghana cedis to 10,000 tertiary students. And also Yaseme fee a year Student Loan Trust Fund. But Ofanko in Sawam dual carriage to carriage starts July 20. 90 medical kind Ofanko in Sawam Road no. And TBI Ebeshe Ejumedi Yase. A year July 20 na umebie no my kwano so fefefe amaye Gapoha workers threaten demo over MP's agreements. Ramsar site houses will go down. Accra commando. It is only say wako sit down and I say wako ball in time will be what Ramsar sites just say Accra commando. Uni Accra commando. Greater Accra regional minister Honorable Henry Korti. Or no demolition or no. Oba ontie she enti pacho unu say wa sit down wo Ramsar site a me bo amane say pomodia so be pere bi afa ansa na Greater Accra Regional Minister abedu Accra commando or be action cca okay, so these are the stories are ewo the front pages of the various newspaper Mamenko Clement in Chen Clement me ma kwa babio na apomote say
Mboko won kwan ni ayewa hodin ige I don't quite the anke.
Okay, producer, yeah, go straight to a Auditors General report. You best start with some of the findings are Active TV. Yeah, Saka. When we some of the findings are finding in the Auditors General reports. Yeah, call producers are ready. We project amay na. Yashe and I'll pay now and by year chance say Imano Wusu ebe joining in ewo line so near no acheche and komo and I'll pay Clement say what go through a year financial irregularities no and that was screen so no enti yensha the first thing Auditor General ehun ye ewo a year or say Osha last year, a year 2020 Auditors General report. No? Yeah, can say it was showing can say 12.8 billion be ayra, and a year can say government should rather focus on looking for that money than going in for the e-levy. Was not sky or e-levy a year no? It was twice the number of twice the amount now.
So e-levy near 6 billion.
Yes, 6 billion, and not 12.8 billion ayra. Sisi na Asamba say. A year 2020 no, and 2021 no, 17.4 and a year, just say 12.8 no, another 5 billion abekao. Eti Clement, this year no, Oba Ghana 17.4 billion. Ayra.
Say ya can timing and tarmat. Ya can sa o show necessary. So with this, you are tempted to even say it could be more. Because say it here for all we knew now 12.85 billion Ghana cedis. Here Bank of Ghana hit here buying say instead of introducing e-levy to tax poor Ghanaians and I say ordinary Ghanaians, in this crisis. I didn't buy them coffee say Sikano. Which government didn't give a damn to it because government is not a listening government. Now this is the outcome. Say over 17 billion, and I 17.4 billion. So I'm quite sure say Sikano more than the 17.4 billion. Just at 12.85. Now if he said that was it. Now Abba said 17.5.
So these are monies that were lost last year.
Sure.
Already we are in the first half of we are in the second half of year 2022. We can just imagine the number of money so as our system anymore.
Sure. So it tells you indications in actually say Sikano is more than the 17.4 because even COVID time World Bank say can for that Bekache is scanning 100 million. You get it. But the end of the day, Lapo Babonjin Bekache is scanning.
Lapo na kawasamba outbium.
You get it.
Masamba outbium day another bombshell abetu say Oshe between last year July and this month July Omama Ghana about 903 million Ghana cedis.
Say omu projections say from 2020 to 2025. I was say World Bank Ghana about 4 billion US dollars for the COVID. That is where it is estimated say every year we have to get 700 to 800 million Ghana cedis, which already Yedi Kaya J 2020 560 million Ghana cedis. So every year we are getting those sums of money, 700 to 800 million Ghana cedis from World Bank. And now the Cambo 4 billion over the period of the 5 years. But we are, for what I was saying, said they can afford any finance ministry no dey any be try and throw. Actually, say Sika World Bank they buy 100 million. I'm tempted to also believe say it means that Sika 17.4 no, it is not true. What they are say as a Ghana for probi sana no more the figure be about bonting. The probi sana na figure be about bonting. It means that Sika them be a day in and day out. You bobo so say ayra ye hu na fa ha na o man penye di na we na fa ha say ye looting na. They will be more than the eternal high can I say the Ghana for in our etie. Because after spending the monies unwisely. Now I buying spend this kana, I buying finance and be anton, I buying for dream be anton. And once you spend this kana near to scanning good just to satisfy their own egos and personal needs. Into a movie in Nana, then they know say no. I was say a co near can be Ghana for no be Ghana for Trosa. But all these figures will come out. So we should expect more than the 17.4 million now Ira Bank of Ghana be seen because previously it was 12.85 billion. Now I say 17.4. So we are expecting more. Because the figures, any figures they are coming out to say vividly. Say an Ira. Then Ghanaians will know say okay, say in Ira and I say Sika say in Ayemu. And so yeah, kwaku shishim. And I say Kubisa the financiers and I say Kubisa the finance ministry and I say World Bank say Sikawi na Irano a hand fan a fire and I say Mu soon say Mu make him accounts one farm budget in rainy who the way scan it and I say Bubu is ceremony can scan say Bubu is ceremony so we should expect more than the 17.4 billion. Okay,
now young call a year share a year in the Auditors General reports for the past years 2016 Sky area 0.9 billion. 2020 a year 12.8 billion. And at 2021 a year 17.4 billion. Osha a year 2016. As at the time and I said 2016 reported by just 0.9 billion. And a year Ghana Futumu. And 2020, that's after 4 years now, an increase of 12.8 billion. And then 1 year now, a sound cost by 17.4 billion. Clearly, the chair said we've not been able to look for, to see the loopholes I say aban no and she na hia no say obehwe di ntia sika era won system no mu.
And say aban na dey. Said the nation's money is being controlled by the government. Finance Ministry is being controlled by the government. We don't vote for ministers, so we have no right over ministers. Government is appointing the ministers, and for all you know, where they will know man or spend it or money sika satisfy or no ankasa. There is no way he's going to appoint somebody who will do any proper account, and I say anybody who will be accountable. Into a fat nipa at the end of the day, no be to me na konaive. You get it? It is Canada. SOE say wo krom ha nyina sika yira every day. All the SOE say wo krom sika yira every day. ECG say dey I beduru. Sika yira wo ECG nye sika ketwa every year. You get it? It is acquired to say every sector, every department in the country biano, because the president himself and government itself and Ankasa no the more spending just to satisfy themselves.
But we thought that the coming of the special prosecutor would have minimized all these things.
We don't vote for somebody to become a special prosecutor. Do we vote? We don't vote for somebody to become a special prosecutor.
Yeah, he's appointed.
He's appointed. And so Jenny Memeti na me ye kronfo. Na me kwa appointee obi say o me ye adwuma wi na say o me hwehwe ni me ma me ahwa na me kwa appointee no. Ma ko appointee obi o ye fair. So that at the end of the day, me na me ye kromfo no. Oba be make it things and also be make sure so be hwe niam am the truth will prevail and no me ye kromfo nti me appoint kromfo. So obiara in authority na will appoint somebody the person will work in his favor. How many times na ma abonten be ka say your judicial system and those in charge also make sure say every sector biano emra be ye adwuma proper accounts be ye adwuma. How many times in charge you say all the times their rulings are in favor of the certain government and also the certain president.
Producer you try say ode eye Emmanuel Owusu ebeto so na you know atwetwe nkomo ene anope ewo dwumedie no so but Clement the question that a lot of people have been asking is say your parliament your public accounts committee. Omuna ya omotai go through auditors general reports and omo frefre nkofui. Honorable Clement Park can send be in dra on social media handles so na or kase on tia say the ntia eye auditor general we are be say ono eye double level efi hono and ono buy no obisa said double level e use strategy be e dey 60 million Ghana cedis if nkrofo bi nsem nkrofo no use so mafa abanska na ogiseska no 60 million Ghana cedis if your nche one say auditor general we onu so ntumi nya saa nj seska no.
It still come back to what I was saying say aban na na so mampanyin fa obi a anytime bi obetumi na aliezi on fa obi a at the end of the day no baba betete niam ni a kire amanfo on fo bi at the end of the day no niam nko yo beka cho say masa de wo ye nye
on fa obi a so say Dobelevono was seemed to be against the government because he was appointed during Mohammed's time, no?
Somewhat, it be true, but at the other end, and I said the other point we have to also look at and say, we have people themselves, you know, they are very truthful. So those people, you know, when you are dealing with them, whether they are with you or they are not with you, or more judgments are always fair. Or more making sure say objectivity in whatever they do. So when you get somebody like that, regardless of your political affiliation, whether NPP or NDC and appointing a panel, the person will always come out with the truth. But it has always been said, when it is about NPP, it goes for NPP. When it is about NDC, it goes for NPP. When it is about NPP, the opposition goes against it. And when it is about NDC, the opposition goes against it. So I can't quite say because he was appointed by NDC, maybe on one kasa ne conscience and say he should always be fair in whatever he does. But it doesn't change the fact that those in charge are also making sure say or every sector, every department, because most of the times they are appointed until their rulings go in favor of the ruling government or the sitting president. That is why some of these things in Inano about na senkenya anka wo hwe the rate o mampanyin emisusu o manisika tutu skanigu just to satisfy himself any name ebe ma ono anka sa nani age no anka we get a system we get people from the judiciary, people from the Council of State and Committee Mababontia say, and they say, and somebody like the special prosecutor will come out and say, put government questions to answer. But at the end of the day, what is going on? In Ipane is setting ideal. Because I think because of the political powers, because he was appointed.
Okay. So, Mamenko Amanesona Mene Emmanuel Owusu Nkasa, Executive Director for Movement for Responsible and Accountable Governance. Emmanuel Owusu. Good morning. Apomut saying.
Good morning. Divine selection can be a weather coupon.
Now, Ima Yebisa say a financial irregularities here, Auditor General Edia Bay. What do you want saying?
You decline, to tell me a Kunyano, Danoteri, the Kangana Sem. Auditor General, Afibia, ordinary report at the Tuja, Emma, your bobo. Now, this year, you share reports or the buy, 2021 reports or the buy, irregularities are your I mean, it's close to a whooping 7.4 billion Ghana cedis. Now, my main trajectory kakra from 2016. Irregularities was 718 million Ghana cedis. 2017, it took 12 billion Ghana cedis. 2018, it is a drop here to about 3 billion Ghana cedis. 2019, it's also called about 5.4 billion Ghana cedis. 2020, a man who super called 12.8 billion, and at 2021, he acquired 17.4 billion Ghana cedis. Cumulatively, I mean, you are looking in about in excess of about 34 billion Ghana cedis in the last 6 years. In the last 6 years, Auditor General, I indicated Sika Yehu, Sika Ira through other means of either through payroll irregularities and outstanding debt buying into the NJ. They are a worrying situation because the key every year the key line items are payroll irregularities, cash irregularities, car buying, institutions are buying car buying to me NJ, tax irregularities, procurement irregularities are it comes up. Sole sourcing projects are buying through their agencies go to. There's so much opaque in the system. Clarity anywhere when it comes to some of these things. Irregularities media. It's a worrying trend because Afibiano about another amount of Afibiano economy. So it means that government is not doing enough to curb the situation. Government so because every year they are the banner. Then it means that we are not doing enough to curb the situation.
Okay, now figures are the mind we share from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Now we share a form. Is it because at that time the IMF was taking care of our economy? You to me monitor and as well to me monitor, and there was a financial discipline. We share 2020 now, and our figures say it should see up.
Yeah.
At the time I hear IMF, and then the IMF will be seeing all these things. Do you think, our negotiations, with the IMF, it is going to be in our own interests?
Only say, IMF Babiana program already putting in place, is to curb some of these things. That money should not go into wrong hands. The IMF goal is to seal the loopholes. Osha figures are made 2018, 2019, figure no a drop here.
Sure.
A drop. So it means that the IMF were interested in how our money about me closing the polls. I think that at this point I echo IMF, it's a good thing because already now 2017 am I about 17 billion, which is too much. So I think the IMF coming at this point, they are more mining because you bet me asking some of these loopholes. Because causes some of these things. a contractor over Blutino. And so the IMF will be interested in getting value for money
for money,
for Ghanaians. Because you and getting value for money. A contractor, and is mostly many of them are over bloated. COVID funds, I mean, chunk of the monies have not been accounted for. World Bank, MIC, Katuchidi, IMF, so during the COVID period, Sikabaye, many of these funds have not been accounted properly. I think at this point, we are at this point in our economic life, if you have a godfather like an IMF coming to police your spending now, it's extremely important because your homegrown policy, are failing. Buying into me through its own Auditor General is not able to maintain some level of credibility. I mean, I feel Auditor General, say Sikati Ira, but what action did they take? They don't charge the officers through them irregularity by nothing is done. There's absence of political will in collecting these monies that have gone into wrong hands. I think that at this point, IMF Ebano, almost this kind of credibility, about the system, for us to be able to catch some of these irregularities. Because Sika or IMF, Mijidi said, in seeing some of these people now, we will be able to have a lot more money to do other important things for this country.
Osha Auditor General Ochemu Domlevo try say or retrieve about 60 million Ghana cedis MIN for some time now. Osha previous governments and I said Abaye Chuchemu Nyinano. The problem that we are facing is these loopholes, one, they are not able to retrieve the monies. Two, they are not able to close or tighten these loopholes, and a mass irregularities. What do you think we are not doing right as a country?
We lack the political will to punish in this country. We lack the political will to surcharge people who have taken state money. Maybe a ban win a dinner by and really in the so I think it's about time we move beyond just an appointment of an Auditor General by the President. I think the audit service itself must produce its own Auditor General because we'll be rising through the ranks, owning the audit service. I mean, the person should be able to become an Auditor General after 20-30 years in the service, not a political actor who comes in office and appoints somebody to become the public auditor. When that happens, the person in one way or other tries to obey sticky saber because they tell the or guarding the position. I think apart from that, I will say we need to get a step whereby Auditor General can also it's in the court because say Yamau Ejuma say Jessica that have gone into wrong hands and you are not able to do. It's about time to Auditor General can you can court. Why aren't we adding now Jessica are in wrong hands in Yentinge? It's about time we do that. Now, so that we can have some. We should be able to save some money because Ejuma demand, the Auditor General in successive years, not this one in particular, but the audit service is affiliating.
Iba ye don't come to say about we say we dey can in competition no but maybe say do you think said it's about time the president did a reshuffling?
Me it's long overdue say you Oma obi adwuma na nipakon chawe adwuma no ho e bia odi man anopa we expect say by ewia no we na owie adwuma na enyini ababedo a na adwuma no the work is still not done now. What is the person waiting for in that position? Also you know the obifufura obekeka ne ho a obema adwuma no akọ I mean ebekọ very fast. So I think say adwuma na odi man is finance minister na Ejuma na the man trade minister we are not seeing any kind of trade promotion in this country. I mean, education ministry. So, I think the President Nemo watch in reshuffling, and in reshuffling the team, you know, because over Kaya, Abenya answer no mobile power, no catch Ghana posted. They have the men no now. I mean, in the past, President Kufuor Baimu and a few other young people, so Maba Agronoma. To some extent, they have some intellectuals around that. Government, you know, president is about time say, on to share the people around him. No, some more competent people in office because where and some of the people in the position they are too one friend saying personal interest now because companies know they are aligned to the government. The contract that's for more. So buying percent or fight corruption first of all. That's a percent Ghana for only some people. Now offer very competent people who don't have personal interest and a personal stake in governance, especially with their private companies that benefit in government projects.
Okay, you might have one change here. Yes, I'm about champion. Mbreto Bresono. You know about your change. Come on. I said, "We join in. Yeah, and I'll pay." Okay, it's Emmanuel Owusu, Executive Director, Emma Movement for Responsible and Accountable Governance. Clement.
I didn't. Mommy first has to do with reshuffling. I didn't nipa money ni bi any obefe nipa papa so omedinechi and also my head. You get it. You see, about bet my reshuffle 10,000 years. It will never change anything. Because on one say say papa ye kromfo na yi papa free na de ne baba bi dia dia the same position more energy na dey shame because papa no dey training ne ba no we dey say na ye appointment no so all your reshuffle no is it going to be say ye ba beto ho aba na say the best reshuffle na say you have to vote and choose who should do what in this country asa apart from that there o man pen yes obey reshuffle oyi agenim free ho a obi make sure say Semino de meba, I'm still in his shoes. There was no way so be in Paponi, if you are not any papa say, oh, dear Obano, Menema Maya, Mini, Enyanano, Branabe Yigu Abonting. And I said, Branabe Kamagana Font, and I said, Branabe Kurimi. It is never done. It is still now a reshuffle crown or Bessa, I did Nipa. Still now they go in his favor, and the Bessan Swaba. The same thing an American and worker. You see? Appointment of special prosecutors, you know, and also one of the major problems, or because it has to do with the same president appointing the very same people. Yet, Yanomuna, you have appointed Martinamidu. She did a babontin, hey, Obobese. Appointing you or by a computer and over you get it, or by computers and no one here. So, people now, once the power lies in the hands of the president to appoint these people there. This is what will continue to happen because the president itself, came to power as a sycophant after so about power, so about a parasite and will leave things ever Ghana for. No, they are there. Or nada ni atrocem no de buy no de buy man paying. Because nada ni atrocem because and the promises of the buy proud to elections ni na do mini so into the nada ni atrocem ne buy no buy about bread and a parasite or Ghana for muja and will leave things. Yow. For. So there's no way such a person will go and appoint somebody say, hey, oh, dear Obano, I deal with me and yet Branebe Cheme, Branebe Yesi, Branebe. No, tell me, Obe appointee will be going in his favor. It is simple as ABC. You don't need anybody to tell you.
Yes, I'm a common also. Yeah, in Penifoni Bertrand, come producer, try. My main call messages Libya about Fosida Emisa, or say from 12 billion to 17 billion, this uninspiring governments will build their own empire after 2024. This is criminality. Thank you, Faustina Emisa, for your message. My patron, and now the baby, I will send a message if you know. So, Amaye, Obrempon Edu Asare, a year Oibi. I say we should not forgive this government for the hardships we, the citizenry, are going through because they deliberately caused it. Thank you, Obrempon. Inusa Ahasan Ewa Blekuma will say, why should the so-called excellent economic team led us lead us to IMF with this massive thievery and corruption. With this thievery and corruption keep showing, let's retrieve these monies from these unpatriotic workers and prosecute them, period. Thank you very much, Inusa, for your message. Johannes Holanyeku, or say, shall we scrap parliament? Because I can't think far. Where is the check and balance and oversight responsibility? Is Parliament really functioning as required by the law? Is Parliament really functioning as required by the law? They are passing. Okay, that is your message. Obrimpon Edward says something seriously ought to be done to salvage this country, Ghana, from this crop of nation wreckers. Thank you for your message, Clement. So we are asking, say, with this financial irregularities, now Ima can be say, Auditor General Nakasanga say start saying in court because ya point say ejuma way, you bring out the report, you need to lead the search charge. I say udi enimna nkofo because Auditor General report indicated the source of the problem. So if he knows the problem, where the problem is coming from, why don't he lead the search and say in Kofoyo Mudiske, Yabetro Munina Abijina Imrenim?
In Nigeria, Maker said, it is because he's appointed by the president, and he won't come and expose the president. And you can't take these people to court. Why can't you take these people to court? Because the judiciary, the judicial system now, like portrayed, always rules in favor of government. And the certain president and then appointing a so if you take such a person to court and the judiciary always rules in favor of government, what do you think will happen? Court, but what the president will say, and I say because it always rules in favor of government, it will still rule in favor of that particular person because he was appointed by the president. So it won't go anywhere. Now, judicial system, and I say the whole system, the whole country is being controlled by the powers given to the president and the powers given to government in power. You get it? In Tiabana, there is no entity and a bit to me bigger than the government itself. You get it? Whatever we do, it will still come back to the fact that government government has powers over everybody. It is a binary and also man paying no because release this person. Judicial has no power because a honomokrano a buyer appointing nipa 11 so there's nothing good in to me everywhere. So it has to do with the change is made to me about then it should be a change or a form of voting so that we Ghanaians will rather decide rather than president appointing such people. Yes, I am going to see so there's no way the president will appoint somebody on any reason. Two can never work together unless they agree. There's no way so the enemy to come and be a special prosecutor.
But obey send a message or say if the president wants to fight corruption, if the president wants to fight corruption, he wouldn't have sacked Domolevo, who was able to retrieve 60 million Ghana cedis for us.
That is exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. And ono fa obia obeba obey getting root of the matters and all the above mountain and put government on its toes. No. Obefa will be obey to me near lazy. That's what I'm saying. Two cannot work unless they agree. So there's no way man paying be appoint to be a nipa ne ba obe who do or no man paying accountable. Obey appoint to be obey to me near lazy. Obey appoint to be obey to me a reason. That is why a whole road minister I'm quite a bit to me. I'm sorry, no, I can't say route to any maybe and it won't work without the president saying anything. That is why Ken Ofori-Atta will come out and tell us lies as far as Omanisika to be concerned. President won't come out and say anything. Ofori-Atta will come out and give us wrong figures. President won't come out and say anything. Bank of Ghana is covered that president won't come out and say anything because they are all people that money are buying no one. Money president and one. because he appoint those people into choose ombe favor no more obenya benefit bi e wo mo ombe to me na reason ombe to me na nante omo ten ideologies any the mission any vision any objectives ase and obe choose you get it say ko ban say omampanyin ko choose obi a on the vision ase a then it means they can't work.
Okay, yes, I'm call auditors general reports 2021 or illegal sole sourcing contracts now and no offer one company pay and I say one state enterprise the electricity company of Ghana. Okay, Mame Kwamano so Berima Osetutu convener Emma Crossfire Ghana and then entry and come for financial irregularities are auditor general reports at the Abano. Berima, good morning. Berima Timika, good morning. Hello Berima, good morning. Berima, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho apomwe.
Namushe, namuswe.
Yami adom ye. Auditor General Ed Ababium 17.4 billion Ghana cedis ayira ewo Ghana futum. Asem odwen won saying.
Mamincha Ghana phone nyina mamincha o ashofo ne omutie o internet nso ni ade nyina. Unfortunately as I got this cycle. At this point in time we need scam fund if PSHS eduane mankola. At this point in time, Ines can financial, you can down IMF. Now, at this point in time, you see, now your fault be on also not one say, on show your encounter them as auditor general, now which you same, so who is Kabia. Now, the auditor general and me, why am I which you says, go a bit national for a bit my point, a bit messy hospital near there. No, unfortunate.
But yeah, besides say. Adentina afibia yehu say asem way say AC say trend way a type of power from the auditors general reports anytime you ever out bia yesika bi ayira
so you need pursue and it is also because we don't punish and we don't name and shame. One say the public accounts committee of parliament. Public accounts committee yeshimwa ayetimika say obi a say yensa charge obi a recently attorney general department. Yes, security award dollar account be. When they appear before the public accounts committee, almost they have to vehicles ama attorney general department, Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Kaiser now. No PPA, no nothing. What can I say? No procurement procedure. I'm not trying to say somebody decided somebody about atoka amamo, achamamo. Obia ntimi obi ahwe yan sechaje obia yan delu obia yan ko obia ani mu ase enchama yenyina ayetwe so wo yekra na the worst come to us ye committee we hwehwem kwa na enkusi aga people will not stop unless there are systems you bet me punishing of you when name and shame public officers when people are banned when people are asked not to join any public service for some time. I'm sure that some money in our super
but Ebino must say a year politicians and I say Krofo far abide ski. What do was almost as almost from abide be about power. Into I say who say Jumano.
So be or abide here. Who told you so Obama abide power? Wouldn't they tell me Casano? Who your politics, but Obama abide power. Many years society leader. Because Ghana, the society, I did Casaba corruption. Yes, you have Obama abide power. You also be to someone you know, can cry. In a way, no be sure by Mama abide for Fraba. Doesn't mean say abide by another call a flat house, a pool of vehicles, Macopa VH, not be Obama abide power. It doesn't work like that.
Then they say as of mine, now say or how because Sanana Wokan Udi Kanka 17.4 billion and bra
level time he was able to achieve a little over 66 million Ghana cedis for government.
Yes.
And the other family papa because of political expedience. Young for competence and yet money from level. And I go papa we have it now. I mean, who can tell the need So she can't come on. She can't know say auditor general ya wajuma. CSHS said na yin ya man collect ya ma pa ya experience. Acquire asset. Yin ya sikan ton show, yin ya sikan ya na ya top petrol. A little over 14 point something cedis per liter. And no son of man wasn't a car. Come this kind of my government chest. No, this kind of pushing the economy. Nanka IMF kwa yiganya ku yechai.
But since you were special prosecutor so ho. And also yejuma kakra.
Special prosecutor or the police. Oh, what we don't know is he is there to prosecute. It's auditor general what investigation and who say now say to Mafa Bansika, into what's the charge me? When they more prepare me for court, so they talk at for special prosecutor and I want to prosecute. I'm not waiting brief for the special prosecutor, but that is the reality. If I will be on command on one prosecutor,
okay. Now Obi so kase anka auditor general no since on one to me who the source of the problem no and on one legal team auditors general department no or legal team no and processing Crawford now to court without going through the attorney general or the special prosecutor. And also
that would have been very perfect. That would have been very perfect. So legal team now the initiative, but you have that particular authority say, duty so me a prosecuting at a conviction and answer that is what we also have to ask ourselves. There's that powers in our parliament should as early as possible give such powers to them. Say, when you be able to work court. Who said the China sama or you bet me work court?
Sure.
Sanitation court near this. No money in our bar, no financial crimes, tribunal bar, no persecution, the very prosecution. I'm sure there's no more in Africa. But the fear time be our African is a persecution, persecution, support enemies of the government. That is the only problem. Apart from that, there is no problem.
Embra ye call IMF, Osha in semi APPA, able to mahaye as on my Embra ye call IMF.
Oh, say maka na mekuswa kafe. Na na do ban also mine in your mind. Ye chichika so come there. But we also have no Bank of Canada. In Ghana, you sika in Harry. And now Ghana IMF. I keep telling you people say the solution to Ghana's problem is not IMF. 200 and something ministers, almost 3,000 staffers. Who were three deputy CEOs or GMPs. Cocoa board were deputy CEOs. One district, one factory under the presidency. Meanwhile, it's supposed to be under the Ministry of Trade and Chemical Minister. So catches no money in her. You will not even have to run to IMF. You will not have to run to IMF. Who charge the president to go and plane? 20,000 euros per hour. No, I didn't know we say, because of a so try with my. You tell us no man. I am very sure to inquire IMF.
Presidential jets may say problem wo anything yeah rented jets am a president no.
Presidential jets no problem I agree. Me aviation expert. It mean me president in go. So to coin us be na you know I home chi e be ka say kana wo no. But the reality is that obetimi akọ commercial. The president decided to fly commercial. And I want.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I catch a gun for my security was at risk or something. And looking to go back to 30,000 euros an hour. Not playing up a Canadian president. It took a meeting 6 hours to United Nations. Now it takes times 20,000 euros. Not Ghana taxpayer. Chani next come from my CSHS in Kuala. What is a CSHS? Obi Koka on Nana Dwyer because CSHS in China on Ghana. CSHS, maximum CSHS now a little over 7.something billion Ghana. I hope you are aware. Meanwhile, you were arrears of 2 billion encore 2 million citizens encore CSHS. So you catch everything now, what you want is not true. And your expenditure, but you will force to our better. And can I hear on the torso? The executive can I hear executive on the torso? GMPs in one deputy CEOs, Yamiansa. Cocoa board to your executive director in the office of the CEO. We will not see the light of the tunnel because they want to clear more than we are seeing. And IMF who come system can out at Jacob Akushibra. That is what people don't know. IMF will turn the chicken mouse at China Kotikwao. Obama programs, programs, and that is where we have to watch it.
Baba, you come trade be see yes I know about you come in semi if auditors general report no embra bebre na eba out no
You can watch it. The chair I should for the chair.
Yo, yeah, say, yeah, very much also to or your convener Emma Crossfire Ghana, Crossfire. That's why I fire plan. I don't know.
I say more can now say it comes back to what we were talking about. Now, it's our ECG issues with. And then those are problems, you know, since a year 1963, I incorporated a ECG. Problems, any losses, you know, abba, kakra. But from 2018, EDBC and then a cow, a cano, and a cana Ghana able, the cana a many ECG. Because 2018, 3.7 billion Ghana cedis, a ECG, who be a file. Now, the following year, 2019, another 2.9 billion Ghana cedis, who be a fire. 2020, so by 2.5 billion, so who be a fire. So within from 2018 to 2020, 2 years, Sika a year ECG inquire 9.1 billion. Who be a fire, which is more than 11 now. If we say never solve Ghana problems, you get it. Now. Just 2022 year and another. Nina has to do with appointment as we are making say until she be 2 minutes or so man paying appointed we these problems will continue to be there because then be or appointed or money no a reason or money na adwen ye pe or between na nanti because two cannot work together unless they agree. To man paying be an appointment in your or money no lazy no between na nanti no appointed 2022 year no man appointed Samuel Dubik Mahama as new ECG boss. 2022 year this year Oba May ho baby less than 4 months. Everyone said within 4-5 months and Oba and look at the amount of money say echo. Scan kosa and one is echo and one is echo. So we here just within the space of 2 years, 2018 to 2020, now over 9 billion Ghana cedis IRA. Now you appoint you before look at the amount of money that ECG edit Ghana for. So it tells you say, "O man penyin fa nipa obetumi na nante nipa wote ono o man penyin na na do dan kwaku for wote ne kasa ase." And no kasa ansem we man for fan say you are speaking for the opposition party. No, scanner ira and you can wasem. Enye NDC for and enye CPP for enye Ghana scanner ira. Nipa man ira and you can wasem. So it has nothing to do with any political party. And you are appointing new boss. Now say within this short period, this is what ECG is doing. Then it tells you clearly. Okay,
Yanko Auditors General report no so findings no sika and as illegal single source sourcing and as a single sourcing across what ECG. Now I say that I say Auditors General Department say 221.15 million Ghana cedis contracts be illegal. Now you can say illegal, just say AMFA PPA. There was no PPA approval. Now you're telling me say illegal single sourcing. So you were single sourcing and you were tender bidding. Tender bidding there amanu kuokuo na say dwumadie kuokuo beba say ye nyina ba pre say contract we hu and ye was single sourcing and single sourcing ye ebia ye sha dwumadie pese edi no company we pay na we hu akade and I say looking at the time frame of the issue nti no and hu hia say ye de bema obia be ye we eba be Obiafa
the budget
and choose the bit to my boy and I said Jumana Babidino and ona akwaso ECG but the money here illegal and say we no AMFA public procurement authority in sem now 221.15 million Ghana cedis to 8 companies are ECG for more contractor. It didn't go through a year PPA approval. Me perceive companies needing no say Auditor General reports no eboa and you transfer yes here dey transfer producer every project say that name is but me wo Miwodino Ewaha, Mami, let me see if I can get the name before a producer gets there. Okay, Inti, the Electricity Company of Ghana alone awarded illegal single sourcing contracts without PPA approval to the explosive amount of 221.15 million Ghana cedis. Most of the beneficiary companies have some names such as Edu Oforiata Enterprise, Ade Pena 67 Enterprise, Kota Q Enterprise, Mastermind B Venture, Kudirash Ghana Limited, Engineering and More, Nail Service Limited, and a Bentry Company Limited. These are the list of companies are beneficiary of the illegal single source and of course ECG. First of all, procurement authority or procurement department or ECG. The question, should they be answering questions, say why did it go through the PPA approval?
And yet, also go through. It has to be laid before them. So, from way I can say they have no idea. Maybe now about Bonteno, there that they can go and question them. Say, question ECG. Say, why did you do this without getting to us first? You get it? Because I know I say ECG now, which of course they know. Say. Before say to make all these attempts, they have to present whatever on paper to the PPA, which they didn't do. So PPA knew nothing about all these things. So now about Bonteno, this is the time that we are expecting PPA to prove further and ask them ECG say, why did you embark on all these sourcing? Mama PPA, anyawe. But now eko eba bisi how. The poor or the bad rules and regulations we have in the country. A cover babisi the weak boards and management and then ultimately the government interference. Okay,
yeah, the last one or for today or also you better also I know COVID-19 CKB and the Clement I can want to say Clement we COVID-19 we had more money. Minister of Finance called Parliament, which man change sika from the COVID-19 trust fund, no national trust fund, no say go for donate to the fund, no sika yenya 67 million Ghana cedis. Ode mama no 68 million Ghana cedis.
More than 9.
More than 9. 68 million Ghana cedis. And yenya from the COVID-19 national trust fund. I better say, sorry, I could donate, betting company I could donate, Ejumako I could donate, no, Sky according to the Auditor General, 67 million Ghana cedis.
Running a prayer 68 million.
68 million Ghana cedis was received in the form of donations from individuals and corporate organizations into the COVID-19 national trust fund. Clement.
We are COVID-19 national
trust fund.
Yeah, Ghana
donations amount for my COVID-19.
Now, Sika we no anko the hands of Auditor General first. It went through the hands of the Finance Ministry. You get it because Sika bi wokrom have so Finance Ministry no enim Sika we but today between the year I can say Finance Ministry no can't say this is the amount of money.
So Parliament he couldn't tell us.
They didn't even mention anything like the private sector fund and
so private sector fund no so no I don't say no
correct. Enti Finance Ministry no ashe dey say sika we. And ashe was and I'm telling you say Auditor General there was no way say na sika we da ho. They won't be told to refund the money. So we discover. So this is per the findings of the Auditor General. Sika amount for the buy
68 million Ghana cedis.
As to say it whether the money is there or not. It is up to the finance minister to come and tell us.
So that is where Public Account Committee comes in to seek for questions, to seek for answers.
And the money is not there. If the money is there, can you probe say finance minister, chief justice probe, or speaker of parliament probe, mumra mayor council, finance ministry never because yes, this is the amount of money.
But it's 68 million no aside the World Bank
we are national World Bank the external
aside the World Bank IMF my answer na Bank of Ghana crap because Bank of Ghana I think government requested for 10 billion and a Bank of Ghana more 20 billion
correct times 2 it is scanning in our baby ni na na nkwanko
it's Clement so can you buma almost about way clearly we ska about when you're close to 30 billion 30 billion Ghana cedis because World Bank away Bank of Ghana and 20 billion Ghana cedis
and IMF MI 1 billion
1 billion and a 2 almost another 2 billion
sure
2 billion
so I want first 1 billion the omo de my munje asana with that bam watch
yes asana World Bank so the omo de e buy asana donations no e buy for the national trust and your private sector fund e ho so yan kwhwa asama auditor general report e ka afa e ho ene anope e wo show ne so
COVID-19 private sector.
Okay, so COVID-19 private sector fund. The COVID-19 private sector fund has been instructed by the auditor to refund 254,203 Ghana cedis. 254,203 Ghana cedis. And only here, I have no auditor general the figure no. But the person say 254,000 Ghana cedis biara. It is a scandal almost fambra.
Nobody even knew of COVID-19 private sector fund.
Honestly, I got to know the day I reported about me. So all this while we had COVID-19.
So it means because say your funds be brave. Oh sure. Because the man say COVID fund. Nobody knew. Said there was something like COVID-19 private sector fund. Obianim until so auditor general adeba. So this way all funds are avenue create here to solicit for funds are Ghana for nyawe Ghana kwa issue. So this is over 2.5 billion old Ghana cedis and echo. Now auditor general catch say this issue. Refunding the money means can wait. Because if say wundi Ghana and the whole there is no way auditor general will tell you say refund. Scan how do you refund? Scan what so you are refunding it. So these are monies are it is over the 30 billion Ghana cedis that you just mentioned. Ni na abano amana ku waste a Ghana for who sikanu na some faso. So if you are a Ghanaian now baby, now you are encouraging say levy.
Mamenko Almanosna Irene Sam or a national PRO, Emma a National Council of Parent Teacher Association. Or may issue statements HSA a year teacher unions almost striking out on Bacono, a buying any many ya and Shana on pay once a monka and my teachers no. My reasons been person or more or muchrim. Irene, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Pacho Apomo to saying.
Yamiado me hoye, Pacho mo say.
Yamiado me hoye. Now, as a statement, you move to Yakuma.
Oh, sir. Okay, you go so. But you go sir.
Okay.
Emweshe.
Chilemu boyen chilemu.
Yo, me nyame da say. Na me pa akonya switch ya Active TV. It's here for me at the phone na. Yeah, National Council for PTAs. Na yeah, umbrella school-based PTAs na ese ya say. Yes, semra. Ese bibia. And make sure say PTAs no ye movie ye e wo kwan paso na no ye tie ya teacher unions no e ko strike omodo mojuma egu ho anato ho esan say omoni aban e wo wentu bi e wo say aban e hye wo mo na ye de ni e di eche bebre titi last week ni mu na ne ye hu say she found so bebre wo ha abaye mba no afa na wo mu say ye ne ya wo fo nti ye bibia na ye e de boa ye mba na ye abibiara a border on the welfare of our children no that's what we stand for nti bibia do say touch man no ye ho kwan se ye ka ho asem na ye nso as National Council for PTA ye ni amanyoko bi eni asem ekura bia de ba no na ye ka esan se ye mba no ho nya papa ye do ye mba so na teacher koyi ko ye osusu aso abane say all the basic schools no aka match omo end of term exams and then hangi ho afi so JSS3 for control mo be see October ya so additional so understand still after so security at the same go school one me show mo one be your ma be floor mo someone be tie be show mo the fact senior high school sir e ba no form 3 4 ya after na be crab be show mo final mock na asia start wasi year 1st of August ya it's also I hold on as we speak now. Okay, so now we show form 3 4 year SHS 4 year. One of 3 1 year it's our community. Our maintenance there. Into man kasa no one candidate. And our way so about the person. It's a quite how double amount of money. Into a place you hear the some old schools now. Boarding houses no. Here the so na go striking. Say and then umbeti. Then umbeti and a year and a chop. I am to see a man with
a direct cross on short to a direct cross on short to
a mobile boat is saying, Bibi your man, one on that thread. Then you know your how a die our force. Now you wouldn't say a manager common year show. And in the quiet sense, you found swallow a call so into your dinner as a bad time as National Council. Say I buy a bomb many ya on 200 more. Now, just a one at the said Yabiano. Only 2 more. Say 10% cry. You'll bet in a mom, country of when I bet in a mom. Young said, or how I walk on my money all over. And yet, easy more about the it's a job at Yano. Yamaji when I go back to classroom. It's as a teacher follow as the mothers of our children, the fathers of our children, the trainers of our children, the disciplinarians of our children. It's a new movie and ye say, come on, a kayan. And say, you break and down or pay no.
But a bit more teacher see, we are almost a job. As I say, 2020, almost normal Oman Kwejuma for almost a year. I buy it to your mocha. Now then, Omun Yan to Boasia, Emma buying, and Bra buy about class at Siano, Yasitinamu in ye as o mine.
Yo, Minia, I would say, dear, let me be. I would say, the aborture, woman, you be papa. Now, you can't say, I buy. Maybe I do almost channel, open you now for mom, or the cacra bandit to me, I come in one cancel more, and I know so cancel ma. Omobeti na supreme. Yes, we are no back to no map back to the classroom. For the sake of that Ghanaian child now, Obabeni one day, Ababe Minister of Education, Ababe Director General for GES, Ababe Omantenini Tino, Omobeti na supreme mama.
And then teacher unions no any aban ebe sinkonya ene atwetwe nkomo afa eye kola ya asema ye kan wa asem yi no edebe na wo susu se ebe pie wo meeting mu
yo ye de ye gese ebe ko ne boko na ebe ko ne ntiasie mu na bibia afa ne ntuma pe efura sa na ye hwe nyim kwan na so samba ne sa so a ye so ya prepare ye ho ya boaba ye ho our your next step I be taking. So we share your press release now. Yes, I said I buy into me sharing the ya also be issue now. And they be close down schools no. Yeah, my banning and safety. Our body has because we can't ascertain their safety as we speak now. No.
Sure.
Into me said the banning come over you know who said in come almost more bread. And papa. We can't say you bet that they and that school will be unsure so. Until you change the result of and then the umbe simple and your bet you mabano. The Tanya here, you better execute your next plan. Say, Emma buying close schools until we find solutions to this problem.
Okay, Irene, you didn't control any BCC, you be see her and I'm pay. You as say, Unyambre and Ojemre and entertain common. Okay, Irene Sam, a National PRO, Emma National Council of Parent Teacher Associations, Ghana, ha, on near to Trinco Clement.
School feeding as I'm working. So recently in Chabiana, caterers, you know, a year demonstration. And
we are not for basic.
Correct.
And for
Parliament, a whole demonstration, so music and farmer. Now, how can government be so wicked? So can't we get people who will sit down and reason for once to say this is how best we can make the system? Because how can you give 97 pesos to a child? 97 less than 1 Ghana cedi.
1 Ghana cedis.
Now in so you're saying, toffee you're saying, and one mark or school. 97 pesos say on fan to aduane need the whole day from anopa let's say 7 to ewia 3 p.m. 1 Ghana cedi on fan to aduane. You see, government is being so wicked, but okay, if you more entiase, but aduane me do bite. I'm going to give you sika aban ede ewura school feeding. Any aduane aye no ama omudi. Na wo hwe oko Rwanda since 2003 a omudi free school ebae. Wo hwe entoko makokokun any sika Rwanda government ediwura school feeding mo na hwe type the kind and type of aduane a enkwara edi school enkwara edi Rwanda na be hwe di edi Ghana ha na ma rebe ho yes to sky air pompi di rema. So it tells you full corruption and I cause we corruption to the highest level. And once it was here to scan we don't get anybody obi to international case let's make the system better. And it was and a school feeding. Your man kwala aduane landa o the phone crash for maybe 50. A land anything you for ma e be 50. We can't plant, we can't grow, we can't do anything. And MIU schools is offer. And then 97 Ghana pesos. Or the school akwara so mfanto ediani and say mfano ediani my school akwara. How do you expect school feeding say between ayejuma? It will never work.
Okay. You may be a phone lines now. Now also the wadwin chere aba 0245-954-615 0245-954-615. Pacho ofra ma the volume on your TV set no enko form ofra na e school especially one more SHS no what is the situation there then or more catch short say ano eduane one eduane short tewu for so was strike tewu for no cry na omo dey near because tewu for no omo the workers in the school omo can teaching staff no omo non teaching staff omo na here from tewu no
no eduane yen cleaning yen paper yen say
enti omo kada ka omo ni school mo krapo na ma school na basa because most of them are the pantry. Omo nu aduane omo make sure say bibia be course or dining no. Already no aduane so asan short e wo secondary school. Until Lendra na minister na catch and say and then aduane bebre be call most of the various schools no. The question that we ask as I was say should we even get there as a country?
Aduane na short here kura ache. Ye ni anu na was it about 2 months ago? And I one college of education be catch say among banku raw without even pepper, not to talk of even fish. So I check just that omo na atena se ya na omo hwe animu sa na aban negotiations are reach out to aban sa say aban should come to their aid. And aban na atena was but then it is getting out of hand. You get it? They can't kill themselves, so they have to come out. So the best form now is a demonstration. No, I check no problem. But I don't know who's free to be Ghana for country and say now food is in abundance. Now we are never full. Whilst you know you can't feed the students. But I'll be trying to who are Greek minister, I'll be national television, if Ghana for one throw say the anebo and ye two we see you portray at the end of my neighbor to say Ediane I for to the extent say ye mukra. So if Ediane I to the extent that na also free then where is the food? I don't know mama nkwala ni bindi. Ediane na ayefo na ebuso no ade no yenya bi nko schools mo man kwala ni. It tells you it come back to what I was saying say tell be abani appointing people between na adwuma. So one Agric minister no try and throw say ediane ebu ediane bo ayefo but students are hungry ediane ni ho food shortage aba ediane ni ho. So it tells you how anka you be a anka sabrinka Agric minister and Commander Queen and Manako baby atana coming to lie to Ghana and said so the president people are saying that the president need to do a reshuffling because reshuffling no I say Obia feeling relaxed Obia want a comfort zone because me can man can president and a reshuffle no want to mean because me see oyi nipa ni free honoma enei o man panyin road minister only education minister, only agric minister, only health minister and feel no one say or the nipa for ba or better appointed the same people of their caliber and aba. So until say the best form of racial for no should be voting. Na yen to aba ni choose this kind of people. And yes ade nipa na no ti akonya no so na or appointed nipa no or be appointed nipa they will go in his favor. So reshuffling enya adwuma obetumi aye 1,000 times there will be no effect. Positive effect any de beba because besa appointee obi a obetumi san na nante obi obetumi atenase obi obetumi aye adwuma ne sede ono man panyin ne pe so reshuffle doesn't hold here or say making yento aba na enyiwe yento aba na enyiwe and there should be a concept and I say rule bi a de beto aba yi ye de be yi this all these people a ombe occupy these positions a omunya that absolute freedom to operate and satisfy Oman Kasa, and satisfy the president, and I satisfy Aban in it. Unless you be use such channel on idea. Say if it will keep on a bit to me go by, it will keep being appointed by the president, there. We bet nothing will change, and it will even be worse. Because
really?
Really clear. Because me say you appointed a Dubik Mahama, a bar.
Please, can I get the audio? Is it possible?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Pacha Francis from Afrefi.
Hello.
The Pacha Francis from Afrefi. Okay.
I did the screen so ofra lower TV set no. So you bet my erasure for 1,000 years it will never bring any positive change until say ya lay channeler unipa na obeba no whether by appointment or by voting you know untumi go by one kasa ope until say be lay proper rules and regulations mistake here emra no ne obeye adwuma emra ne no obedi until say we also get a judicial system it doesn't favor the government always as a portray you know so you put all these measures in place now you appoint you as agric minister you appoint you as road minister whoever minister be appoint you be now oniema you know and work and geared towards abino and needs abino and I say be satisfy abino it will the channels will make sure say whatever you are doing will be in line with what the society want, what the country want. So, ebe put you in a show be you do what is right and be benefit or minor, not what is right and be benefit or man point because on an appointment. Appointment cost 1,000 years. This is how the system will be, and we should expect worse. We should expect worse. If it is going to be by appointment every year, we should expect worse.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
The Pacha Francis from Afrefi.
Okay, my name is Kofi. Ifrefri McCarthy Hills.
Okay, Kofi Maintel.
You see, this government, from the beginning, I feel Akufo-Addo has never been serious with Ghanaians. If you want to go build a country on factories, on production, the first thing you look for to strengthen is the agri sector. If we're able to produce agri-produce that we can easily produce in this country, and you get factories to process them, then we will be going on a very good tangent. The person you put at the Greek ministry, such an incompetent old man. When you talk, then he will be saying some funny things. He comes out with data that I don't know where he cooks the data from his room or wherever, and will tell you that there is food, plantain, one bunch of plantain is 5 cedis. Where? Is it in his mother's kitchen or his father's kitchen, or in his grandfather's farm that you get plantain for 5 cedis? He comes and throw rubbish in our face thinking that Ghanaians are fools. And when we call him incompetent, he goes about insulting people. Okay. I want him to know today that he's a very incompetent minister.
Okay, thank you for calling. On the about I said, if any incompetent is disrespectful, so we shouldn't be calling him incompetent.
But he's incompetent. Maybe to his definition of somebody being incompetent, you know, or no funny different there. But a Greek minister is incompetent, or you're competent in failure. And just like I always say, Kwame
Aziabo also, what a shame. Our new leaders are so careless and selfish too. Some people vote for them for change, but they are there for their stomach. Save yourself from impoverished that is the only things they come to power for. Pacho, most sending messages now want to mbo. You be kind mamo to the tobo na kind Emma me na message on kind me. Tobo na true and I text it and I type it. Emma me why? Many time I kind amount into bomodi as over tobo. Esa what the bank so me read here meaning no share out here into bomodi Chris Santos ewo a year Lominava or see going through the table you posted, I observed that every year the irregularities increase by an unbelievable percentage. We are wicked as a country. Okay, thank you.
We are not wicked. Leadership is wicked.
Osman, or say activate impeachment proceedings to rid this country of opportunistic brigands. Okay, thank you very much for your message. James, or say when you have a connection man in the helm of affairs, this is what Anthony Delali, or say if in case power change and NDC don't jail these people by way of investigation, I don't think I will vote again. Abba, what is happening in this country? A year. Okay, I think I'll say a friend Ikechuku. I'll say you people are sitting in the studio crying over this small money that is missing in Ghana's account. Come to Nigeria and see. You will cry for us.
Of course, Nigeria is big.
Nigeria is big.
Nigeria
Okay.
is 6 times bigger than Ghana in terms of everything. So, obvious is a better than us. But each one for himself. God for us all. We are not in Nigeria. So.
Okay. Thank you for your message, though, and thanks for watching us all the way from Nigeria. Let me read more of the messages.
I think it comes to the fact that corruption in Africa. Because if it is in Ghana,
No,
it is in Nigeria, yes. Sure.
Mustafa Lowa Menya Krobo, see, we voted for people to solve our problems, but the people have turned the problems that needs full chemistry to be solved. The mismanaging of the economy have rendered us to IMF upon all the monies accrued. My regards to Comrade David Tete Kwame, aka Davido, and Captain Joshua Hamidu Akamba. Good morning. As far as we continue voting for MPP and NDC, don't expect any change. This is only the beginning. John Ohimen in Kaswa. Thank you for watching us all the way from Kaswa. Nana Poku, or say Tantra. Nana Poku from Tantra. It is pity you journalists are not purging yourself first before tagging the politicians as corrupt personalities. How many of you have not taken monies from other political divide to slam the certain government? I would have wished you journalists would go through investigations before you make any utterances on TV. Thank you for your message, Nana Opoku. Clement, yeah, the competition is baby.
At times say we are all citizens, we are all in the country. There have been so many instances. In Central Phobia, so about Bontin, Becky can Simbia, and also so a Toda Injury. So everyone is at fault. But the fact that we are journalists doesn't mean that we only talk about journalists. That's how you'll be selfish.
No, but normally I don't like to react to comments from my viewers. But the point is, they say we are picking our source from an authority, which is the Auditor General's Department, and the report about. So figures are you quoting it is from the Auditor General reports.
And for the betterment of the country.
Yes, so if there were any contrary figures to what the Auditor General's Department Diabano, you bring it, then we go through it, we assess it. But you see, when you make a loose statement, saying we are not purging ourselves in the same manner. We believe we are dealing with facts and documents. So if any documenter, you just bring it and then we have a beautiful discussion. I mean,
these are figures from the biggest auditors in the country.
you can say auditor general auditor say what Ghana nyina omopenin or the so okay, you guys are looking amazing this morning. Thank you very much for your message, but you didn't add your name. Please next time do add your name. From Kwablavi of Pokwasi Benghazi, even if IMF bailouts Ghana with millions of dollars, it will be useless and it won't change the bad state of Ghana's economy because of mismanagement. President Akufo-Addo's managerial skill is so bad that he has nothing to turn around Ghana's situation. Thank you very much for your message, Kwablavi of Pokwasi Benghazi. Yedin Commodity Channel ACR Entertainment Update up next with Mame Abena Fabia. Yes, I want to Fabian Sobetrase on the founder of End Time Widows, NGO, Omoboa Inyanka, any Ikunafo, on the Betchen Komo, Embra, or the entertainment updates right after Active Bites, say interview, because and then on Active Bites, we are looking at the shortages of food in SHS.
Any sika yedi ewure mu still na na aduane a yedi mankwala ni di.
Internet feeding when it comes to our education system from the basic level throughout to the colleges of education and Clement Edebro and Anope. So when whom bioma e wo show no so na say medin di ejenin boaten eje nyame adoma ochena ye be sin konwa biom enko bebia ensesa we fidie no koso ahwe active morning show entertainment updates eba area Active Bite and so ebe to also stay active and see beyond.
SLBS Central Juma and yet media sem danamo Active Media any Active Brains Consultancy Acom Wabum Ejibusumi Sia Diatio SLBS Central Juma new entity anuti sa camera handling, video editing, afe graphic designing, enya nunkwao, newspaper reporting, metre kowakata impensempensemu, afe ebane kasiebo, makeup any MCR, ninyina wabechrebi ewoho, na shanin son, esa uhuhia yentino, yemon 90% practicals, inti kanhuo, nekofa forms ewa Active TV front decks, ye chiri kwine so dear enya yira kwine, ye waga odumase, pokwase ablekuma kwantempone eso, encheche mupia ese media for Active Media ewa homachufo iso 026-773-2508 and I say 02444-11814. Active Media, stay active and see beyond.
Memo akwa eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Medin NT Dr. Samuel Santiemji. Me alliances doctor clinic insu alliances clinic abama yitumi say yitumi eye aduma. Yare bebrebe ehu aduma ene eye ewa ha. Baby awo bi afahye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo di apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye omo operation. Dompe abu eno nso ye hu aduma pa. Yen ene afi 2021 aban ebo ya baso ana yenya abaso bode yese ye obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa eno achi no yare a ebite say sexual weakness, prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebrinti yentumi nka nkyero obetumi age number eno afre doctor ewo 0247 77 1981 and 0261 425985 Hwea clinic actually kwan ewo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben Presby transformer ye adwuma free adwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation nso se ye pon anumere nonan enefa Kratos wish you good health. Kratos, the power to heal.
Asha performance answer from Makwaba BM and from the Active Morning Show is so fire dream media entertainment update and bro. Yeah, the so is streaming live our Facebook at Active TV Ghana. Active TV Ghana into because I join and come out to channel say you media no e wo ho no aka say comment section e wo ho e de ma wa dwenhwe e wo hwe e di ego sanso e na YouTube okwa Active TV GH kai na bomodin answer won subscribe ya obe subscribe to the page sanso and I'll be like obe comment no share so am for and so ensa etimi akebi anopai Rebecca Brown mama Rebecca Brown Lizzie Mame adodo na friend antenna oben yo ya mame baako onso so yema awoda pa ena anopai nyame nkoswa insure no nya okese odo a wode maye no beto ade ojo fa so yie pa nti anopai happy birthday kese pa enkoma antenna baby owo bia nyame insure na onya okese ye bebo entertainment stories no so to dynamica say bidin amage so mame Abna Fabia na mame fa we ensha say nwumtini ababa wono so ebo ne ho modin ye pa say ba ne Ghana ha say nwumtomu a Miss V ho asem na make no no so atre na adwen afa Ghana se bebia obrani amanihunu ayekom asikasem ayade no no so atre na adwen ade afa ho na asem ba ko ka wo mu pa ne se enkane ananko otofu wo a ofele ne car 300 Ghana cedis no ene no oton 700 Ghana cedis ne nkotie na nyi sema ode tudwa emra. Antina ensema onu so editu dwano no na ne osaka edeka ho kra ne se samre ya yesi national cathedral ne de ade se ehun hia na bebia yedu ya anka se scanimpo anka ye de ya kwan portals a okay ade se emfaso so san se onante eko oni be 5 minutes bi ade ehun asori dan enti samre de national cathedral enya ade aganafo ye hia enti aban ehwe na nkoye ni ya akebeboa sanso na 11 sem so oka ho sem kakra se onimde nche so okoto ade no tria tax na onsan eba be yesa tetete free ye mobile money so na we de obefriend say double tax intitema Miss V so editu ejanon Pastor Love menim say oteninka ache ye ono nso so ababontin ache say otu yefo ede afa odo ho yenko video de bra
me din de Pastor Love me hwefo ne matiefo Pastor Love ye ba ko pese de me kan hwe me tufo atie me experience man aside nyame adwuma no I have a lot of experience metimi ne wa share emfa homobro nye odo ehomobro yemfa nye odo onim enkofo hwe enkofo adepam ode ne koto adepam mu ne wasua owia no wagya no etire yem no ode na kotum owia no wagya no enne na kwa bi ne medi nkomo se ode oba bi ko school wie wati abrochiro wotua school fees ama ne be wie legon owie na ode kyere no no ba ni bi oye ehumobro oye mobro ni ba no hu ni mobo ena odis one ani say so me catch obrante awasi so enfa humobro enye odo enfa humobro ko wale obi enfa humobro enkotwe mpena bi nkotuatua sika bi enkosi hwema onyame nhiro bi obefa me advice ebe boa na boa nchirima ewo Yesu Kristo di onyame nhiro bi a me di the Pastor Love.
Anunti odi eye na do the same way betu John just a commenter ba wase no na ebi ASV probi se motivational speaker man in funny broken heart pressure emba embetu yefo sanso no obi so ekoka se o wet futo bi a aka di tu hu da enti eno comment bi ankofo so ehie edi gu eye ono so ni video no ase yemfa eye Empress Nana Mama Brown enso so ensem emfa betu dwade I come here and say the second coming back here there. See oba ye no show no na be 3 hours no be hu na wasesa no ho na the first one oba wasesa no be yempre 9 na ndra yi dia na say na no Sunday ye a chese no so omo yi nso so na say wasesa no ho be yempre na we di nsem ankofo ka wase no na ebi ya to pressure de amana na Mama Brown ni yen current ade menu a chese we di host show ni weekend di embassy. Na chese we na tade to so mienu a chese o hye de baaye na chese oni enuanem muslim fo no mu di sanla no eyiye pa sanso na ne odi kan de baaye ne de na o se won de se ade we twa Queen Elizabeth esansa Queen Elizabeth dressing pa and the so producer emfa eno ento so man na wo hwe ne cha waje a na chese na on se Ghana ha se kra na we ena enkofo de comment ahojo ebegu ase na obi ka che ne se madam we nya beauty pageant na waba be sasa ho sa enti to bo ase efamaye sanso na obi so edi betu dwa se edi na program 3 hours pe na yes sasa ye ho ewo so sa na we die ento bo ase enkwa no mfamaye obi so ebetro wase se we adwuma pa na yetua waketua pa say ya ena usiese ho na che se ono so nsema enkofo edi betu social media eno no Yabada in conconsa.com assist on my insight make a video na yetimi ede ebro yan twaso na mefa Ghana police nsem embetu dwadea Ghana police ede eye picture bi ebetu ni social media handles eso ene ukopiem wo Facebook Twitter ene Instagram ade se na ebohogoyi a chese omacho Ghana Police TV a ohwe ase na na se omacho loading ede ato ase ewo honum na we comment ahodre begu ase no ebi essay this is long overdue. I think they should collaborate with GBC and other media networks and should also include radio stations where Efri Michael Jan Ho Ena Odeba Sanso na Twitter so the sound of Accra and so Edibetu just say interesting initiative no so Edeba Sanso na at Saint and so Ebetro is prioritizing PR instead of fighting against criminals and making Ghana safe. ABM so at Kwame Day and so Eddie Betu just say a dedicated 24-hour TV channel is really not necessary for this initiative. You can produce your content and have partnership with the existing numerous TV channels to spread the word. Na asema or the two asano bisa who bears the cost of being on the TV platform. Into any comment I hold rank of phone so ebeshwe edigo on ya kase obi at TV station and pempe nebu kana social media hono man na just ye page bi edi ababa ye programs ahojo nanso so omacho loading the betna say atamikuchu ashe say digital platform is say bia yen idea ye wasu bi no mbaba ye wasu na say social media eso ena omode eba begu yemfa Efia Schwarzenegger ensem entwaso Efia Schwarzenegger edi ababa tu just ade say chema wuntumi ene lawyer ampa no oyade say wasu omo 8 million Ghana cedis na just say omo nyina no 4 million Ghana cedis na ochemu no ochemu say ade say chema wuntumi ema ne ho kwan ma yesu ni station chese de defemi no enu nti no de omakokota chese enche no mu kohyem ewo ho no nti yentwen ne yentame kutu ne yenhwe ne ebefiri ekire ede aba ena no mamemfa wo enkopiem ewo Nigeria memu kakra na chese yefa Oli Jacobs enso ensemembra enche ena Oli Jacobs enya edi ne birthday metre ne 80th birthday ne yenkohwe video ba kwa bra na otwa cake ewo birthday na asemba.
Now, what are you guys? The happy birthday song. Everyone stand up, please. Everyone stand on your feet for the happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you.
birthday ne ase enso enono nyame ento ne nkwandem wey eye Nigeria ni papa ba ko no so wache ewesi ni twemu pa enono ni movie so ya ade na efeye wo sha na che se obetena anim ahwa kosi se ebekọ na wie ni din ene Oli Jacob se manitiri nkwa ene awoda pa wenya ne 80th birthday na che se odi ma menjina we so na memfa entertainment update ni sia na mema kwan ema youth advocate enso so embe baite Ghana munzem ekakra emfa emaye meka obi say stream live e wo Facebook at Active TV Ghana sanso na YouTube Active TV GH eno so ye bo ha ya ta mi kotwentimi so kai na sha ne so ma me bia na wo pie efrifie akwa bonten na che se watwa so edi efrio na ukodu wa comment no eho hia ye presence enu mienu eni edi djuma no na wa drop e edi egu comment section ho no edi amaye midin edi mame Abna Fabia betwa ye hutewu ye ba pe youth advocate Metro Clement ano edi active bite ebre enko bebia
Myself in all
Erade eneme han eneme nkwaje hwan ena menshuro no odimanim edimachi said Dombere ma Yehowa ene mabankese ha na ye won nso ye nshuro bia ena ya befa ho tan opeye downfall nso so a obedi kan me ma akwa ba emfambra the editorial version on Active Morning Show Active Bite ewo Active Television. So medin de Arno Clement, the youth advocate. Truth will always defeat lies. Na nyame nso betu obi aka said na adwuma esi etie number obetumi de WhatsApp na say text message na etumi aba na akenkan de ama no 0503236735 0503236735 and on Active Bite ye hwe school feeding ho sensem na de ye hwe school feeding buhaha. What is government doing? Enema bibre surrounding this school feeding any ebisa no pay say any ena aban etumi ede afa ho na before no and ye behwe conference of heads of assisted schools charge for let be a release if you know about school feeding projections na fin so ye be call Rwanda na school feeding ho nsem kakra na asan ba back to Ghana abehwe school feeding enuane ye wi a na ska Rwanda edi wura ne school feeding ne se de system no esi etie na Ghana so ska edi wura school feeding na ayesa projections no na wankasa watumi make your own conclusion wo ba bia wo hwe anopa edwumadi ni free na before no mame ni kan enwehye yankasa ye mame yen ade nyina ye mame ba akopɛ no so direct opposite Active TV and I say Active TV ye nchen he ya ewo gan odumase no ono so ewa ha oton na ade Rebecca Brown, Madam Rebecca Brown dodo na efreo anti na mama Lizzy mama o ene wa oda enti mama ye wish you happy birthday. The entire family of Active TV wish you happy birthday. Nyame show na onto wonkwa enem Rebecca Brown aka and I said do na frel antenna Lizzy mama gan odumase anope happy birthday enko enfama na bibia entumi nkoso me sure obetumi ajoin yen ewo Facebook at Active TV Ghana uko Facebook na odi abeya ne say make sure say we be hu ya sign so dey na say yen logo any red and white no say eda wo say that TV no eso no sa ankasa enete wo nti hu any red and white na after say wabo at Active TV Ghana no e wo Facebook na wo dey abe and say di kan like page no wo like page ni bia fa comment eto ho ye be kan e di amount eno no wawie no share na obi anso so enya bi groups ahodo Facebook WhatsApp groups ni ade ina no share eto ho link no na obi anso so enya bi enhwe sa anso e na YouTube Active TV GH eno so kwa still ye logo ya sense de no any red and white no ankasa eneda ho subscribe to the YouTube channel or subscribe via hwenchen adoma bi da ho mi adoma ne so umia so a dialogue bi betumi apiaba mia all na chese da bia da ye call life a wonsa ebetumi aka ba bia wo bia ebia na wo ben TV set na se woni fi abetumi ahwe TV a obetumi ahwe Facebook ana se empo no ewo YouTube na bibia akoso Active TV official Instagram Active TV official ni na no one word ewo Instagram and so kwa the same logo na ankasa ene wo ho a oko Instagram and so akwa follow ye na update ni ade news update na no nsa etumi aka bi enso so ewo sa enso so na Active TV GH enso so Twitter at Active TV GH enso so Twitter and afi TikTok ni na so so ko ha obenya Active TV e ho no ma still ya sense dey na say yen logo no any red and white eye no and also so enetumi da www.myactiveonline.com www.myactiveonline.com and so news portal online and also kwa news bi a ope amano ne any afiemu de me local and foreign news all sectors all departments life social politics what have you ni na no entertainment ni na bi e wo ho no ma My Active Online na obetumi nya bi ahwe na bibia anso so etumi ayekama join the big family na enso so positivity into me engro na bibia anso man no emfa ne tomapa enso emfa infra make out say Active Media and Active Brains Consultancy Services training no egusu a ekoso ahyase Michelle ahyase last week nti wo fie na wani gye ho sɛ obesua broadcast journalism, newspaper reporting, news presentation, writing, video editing, camera handling, video shooting, graphic designing, MCR handling, lighting, impo makeup krana, any set design and as a floor design sir. Ni na no active media, active brains consultancy services. 6 months training no ubitumi aba besua bi last week and a share sentimi sewa he school in so na efa number na edaso no na any active media and teaching komo registration forms no for training no 50 Ghana cedis 50 Ghana cedis school fees in so ne bo ne da form baby fa na ejimu enchemu ahodo classes no ehye ase Monday, Wednesday and Fridays na yesan so ewo akwanya no wo hono ma asem we na so pese e bia wo time and ase wo dwuma nti no obetumi ne yenhyehyɛ classes hours ne obetumi ahyehyɛ hours no amenatumi afavor nti wo adwuma mu woni adwuma mu bibia wo ye bia active media and active brains consultancy services media 6 months intensive practical media training no obetumi aba abetumi bi e wa abra ne ma betumi akoyi fa number no na etumi efre right away. School feeding bruhaha, what is government doing about it? School feeding by ya kan ho asem Ghana for kasa ama caterers and asem po ma no aduane na akọ demonstration upon demonstration still conclusion by ya ne say aban say obetumi atua 97 Ghana pesos enu 1 Ghana cedi endru 1 cedi ena aban so betumi di ama school ni akola bi a wasori anopa se oko school se onfanto aduane ndi enfra anopa 7 enkosi enumere 3 just imagine anopa 7 to enumere 3 aban se we school ni akola o ma 97 pesos a enu 1 cedi se eno ena fato aduane di the whole day se sika no na caterers no yemfa noa aduane emfa mankwara no the whole day na ade ba ko wo mu se no se the whole school feeding system ni na no there only one buffer stock system pay and I supply the foods. The whole school feeding system, the whole Ghana buffer stock system and I supply the aneno. Until when there is problem, little problem, omu face challenge kakrebia, sonko. And I bubu ma factors when na ama school feeding. And they say essay Ghana education system, essay and near na so ewo kroma. But we had an Greek minister Obeka and say aduane abu ama body duru ye turn 5 Ghana cedis e be twa throw we nyina akere yen still ye hu aduane na abu ne ye hu ba bia wo body duru na ye turn 5 cedis ye hu ba bia wo ene nei school feeding anwe ne se enkwala na iko school a hu aduane a ye de ma school nkwala di e wo Ghana ha hu a wo sen kra begu ni nyina bi wo be hwe but before ye ni kan hwe a conference of heads of assisted schools Charles Upper West, almost statement or release proud to school feeding who problems. Right away, yen jump na yenko 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Yen breaking points in down. These are reasons almost school feeding are bound to mean providing. This is what they are going to do. Where a conference of heads of assisted schools Charles or Upper West. Almost say all schools will feed students with only whatever is available in the school food stores, and students will be asked to bring their own sugar and other items to the dining hall. Into the Charles Upper West can say because of problem school feeding ediaba supply of food ma sike was abande kone ma school feeding problem nintino the omo can say henceforth enkwada na nkasa eko school omudu omu sugar any other food items ebeko ena se nkwala ni so benya aduane adi ewo school ho no mo a aduane ye available ewo school no food store no eno ne de be ma nkwala no enti se aduane no eye banchi duro ne da banchi ba ko ne da ho a that is what is available eno ne de be no ma nkwala na di se empo eye body betime ensa na ho a that is what is available in the food school food store eno ne de be ma nkwala na di. So what Upper West Charles Ekache GES and I say empo no education ministry any aban nyina ne say what is available now so aban na provide enough amfa ama o ma enkwala na be school sugar and other items o man kasa e de be free na aba na de wo ho aduane a school ni wo enso no be make sure say o mo de be ma enkwala no we a threat to the students. Yenhwe point number 2 almost say if sufficient money and food is not received in the schools by Friday, 15th July 2022, we will be compelled to tell parents and guardians to either feed their wards or come for them, since it will be impossible to continue to feed them with nothing. Now, another point they are raising is that sebedu efiada meche efiada da yenum ya na se aban no any buffer stock system no aban na provide the necessary feed and say the necessary food aduane omu hia e wo schools nim say the be yom betumi anu amankola ni nyina bia di o man provide ya omu be ka che parents ni say henceforth na te say free Saturday aircon no say dem a we nyina anuane na ama o be ka che parents ni say o man kasa nhwe o ma na asa compel omo ama enkola no kra na o be san ka che enkola ni say omu nko fie because u betina school mu ho a unya aduane endi because ebedu ona aduane no asa. Yenhwe point number 3. Point number 3 say candidates writing the WASSCE will be compelled to feed themselves or come home from school to write the exams. Another point omu region say enkwara no mokwa akotwe WASSCE anase final year ensohwe no West Africa Examination Council WASSCE ensohwe no sa nkwara ni ida se ebe ma omu afrifie e na aba anase omu ba aduane nso ni ho mfa ma omu enti se by Friday na abaning providing enough food emfa ma omu wa Upper West ho no mo a what they are going to do is enkwara na ekwa akotwe exams no udidi ofie a no abetwere exams no uchiro wi a na okofie. Now the implication is that enkwara na da board no but because of say aduane ni we say akwara ni kofie no okodidi no ba no betwere exams no ko e ba sa supervision enkwara ni learning e be affecting na. Let's look at point number 4. Point number 4 say all sporting and cultural activities at the school, district, regional and national levels are hereby suspended with immediate effect until further notice, since there is no money to carry out these activities. We also consider it health hazard to compel students to partake in these activities on hungry stomach, fearing that they may collapse during the activities. Until the almost can say all sporting activities, I work from whether district, whether where nationwide in ano, almost suspended. And almost so man can take part in sporting activities with empty stomach. Akwara come dinner no. A conference of heads of assisted schools, Charles for say, omu man kola take part in sporting activities. Adis abana provide you musika, I provide you moduane because say a comedy akwara na all fan could take part in any activity na akwara na anko anko twa anhwe. Yenhwe the last point. Almost say all workshops and other activities which involve the payment of money should be suspended, since it is becoming impossible for schools to pay for these activities. Now that is what they are saying. Sporting activities involve sikan ketenkete ina they say sikani ho. Enti by Friday now by now making sure you obe put measures in place or be get it back to them. No making sure so obe provide you omo sika any nuane omo hia. Sporting activities ina omo twem. Now this is what happens. Yes, of course, akwara ni ntumi school abre accommodate no. And the teacher for ni so ne heads of schools ntumi for musika. Omo salary peanut na aban de ma omo no enduru ba bia no enko fidi school kwara na enokra enso. So now what they are asking they say aban should attend to them. Government should attend to them. So now the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ghana Education Ministry Minister Honorable Osei Yaw Educhum, Ghana Education Service Director Professor Kwaku Opoku Amankwa, and Agric Ministry Agric Minister Osei Akoto Afriye. Mojuma amuye yina eye whack. It is not up to standard. Because you have to pay heed. You have to give these people the ears because school feeding very effective. I was able to provide them all the necessary all the necessary foodstuffs. And the agriculture minister say abundance of food, so give to them. Most of body a buofwa. Udi amu first kanema omu. Na mu nche omu baby a body do 5 cedis. Ombe kwa kutobi. Na omu di amankora nedi. So all these names I mentioned here, they are making because they are whack. They are making the education system whack, and there's nothing meaningful in the free Ghana education system. Why are we doing this? Now, with all this Inana school feeding program, producer project. Ghana school feeding projections. Projecting now, who share the other screen is here now. These are money, sir. Yeah, they access school feeding over the years. Still now school feeding. I mean, now allocation constitute 70% of sector's budget. TNU government will spend some 881 million. Excuse me, government will spend some 881 million on the Ghana school feeding program in 2022 out of the total budgetary allocation to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. An analysis of the sector's budget has shown. Now, the amount is a significant leap in spending over the last 3 years on the program, where the amiable also was here over the last 3 years. Now, where allocations rapidly moved from 262 million Ghana cedis in 2019 to 470 million Ghana cedis in 2020 and 489 million being the amount of money invested in the initiative last year. The total allocation to the ministry this year is 1.14 billion Ghana cedis. Producer Namin Shirao. Within the space of 3 years, now 262 million Ghana cedis. And answer for making a conclusion. 262 million Ghana cedis. 2019, and I had the area school feeding. Now, a pejaye from 262, a pejaye equal 470 million Ghana cedis. Esansu kopejaye equal 489 million Ghana cedis just last year. So within the period of 3 years, we are investing much in school feeding, but we are getting less. What is the problem? Now, producer, now 1.14 billion Ghana cedis, and so far you are school feeding, but still you nya aduane ma school for still activities in school as far as school feeding program is concerned. I say, now producer, you go back to Rwanda. Now you share before you share what do you call it? You share Oshumase Anglican Basic School. Aduane a yede ma Ghana school nkwara bi edi. Amount a yede school feeding money aduane a yede ma nkwara na edi. Oshumase Anglican Basic School. This I hear say video. School feeding. I am for volume net was any answer for you. Oshumase Anglican Basic School. En kwan ye ehie no say ensio say ye den yo yenim. Enti ntro for monka ho asem mayen. Yaka wanye na adwen so betesa na adwen. Mon show en kwan no enkate kwan no. Enne nkwa no na anidi. Enti monka ho asem emayen. Yeda mo ase. Emutuo basaye. Emutuo so kwade na de ni kwale ntebepansa. Na emutuo so no no. Emutuo ni aya ne sa no. Say ampesio say ye de yo yenim. Producer na mention. Enti enkate nkwan a school feeding over 1 billion Ghana cedis. Ye di shemu no nkate nkwan a school nkwara na edi. Na ahwe mutuo na minim say what do we call it? A bunch of crony abubon afeni ebechio say you. So sky edition school feeding munina. This is the kind of food that school kwalani bi edi or Ghana. Producer for Rwanda to so. Rwanda started free education in Sanyama way in 2003. Rwanda account to kwa. Producer project videos ni emi enu fa ni mi enu ina to so.
We have also been expanding school feeding from secondary schools to all grades. And this is because research has shown that when students are able to get meals at school, they study well and they can stay longer. So in order to do that, we have been investing in infrastructure, including kitchen, to make sure that every kid that comes to school are able to get their meals at school.
Ni hafi saa sita bagiye gufata ifunguro baruhuke gakeya bakomeza amasomo nta gukererwa iyo umwana yasohotse tubibonamo nk'inyungu iyo basohokaga bajya kurira mu rugo iwabo harimo bataragarukaga harimo basangaga nta n'icyo batetse mu rugo akabona kugaruka ku ishuri agacika intege. Rero tuba tubafite bivuze ngo ubwitabire bwacu ni 100%. Ikindi cya kabiri
not in their academic excellence. When you eat from home, the time would use to revise is spent going home to eat, and you come back when you're late and you miss some lessons. But when you eat from school, you do it on time and you have enough time to revise.
Everyone would feel happy. Just imagine all of us seated together sharing a meal, and after we all go to class at the same time. But you find some eating, and those that didn't pay are just seated outside.
The students are happy for this program, but the parents have to pay 12,000 per term, and some of the parents say that it's a lot of money they cannot afford to pay. It is so challenging to me. I fail to get the money. My children, one comes to eat home and another one eats at school, but he has also started recently. He has also been eating from home. Depending on where you stay, no job. At secondary level, government should reduce at least to 8,000 so that every parent can be able to pay. This program
aduane a yede ma Rwanda sukuu nkwara adi na akwara no aduane esi nanim kra na nyade obetumi adi ni nyina akwara ni ntumi ni aduane no very nutritious aduane ne sound dosun ene esi akwara nanim ntumi ndi now enema miensa ene ye hwe wa ha ye wi aye de esi de nti omo invest more with school feeding nim no one school akwara na kasa no omuntumi omukasa ombe didi ofie ena omode aba ebi omube late ebe affect learning enti omube school na they make sure say aduane no is on time enti akwara ne sorry ya fast o school ena won go school ne kwa aduane ne very nutritious aduane ne dose enye trash te say Ghana de na ye dey mark the name of school feeding. Two omo so omo school feed aduane no eye very nutritious a eba ne saa e man kwara ne enya ahoden e san so bie kwara na adwenim onwe nutritious food omu de etumi ye e man kwara na ahoden say bie kwara na adwenim e ma teaching and learning etumi koyi e Rwanda, thereby making sure the education system is better. It goes a long way. The also three aduane ne ye papa e ne san so kwara no nti e ma parents ni bebre e pushi wo mo ma say omu nko school e san ma parents ne ho to wo mo. Now Oko Rwanda almost spend 27 billion Rwanda francs and they share a year school feeding every year. 27 billion me boy ma oyamo show. Producer project to so Rwandan 27 billion to Ghana cedis. Until the whole year nyansafo nti o Rwanda the whole year ni nyina no omo the 27 billion Rwandan francs and a share a year school feeding mu. 27 billion no mudi shemu Rwanda sikamu no o convert ba Ghana cedis a 212 million 212 million Ghana cedis o kakra bi o de ma me round up enya no 213 million Ghana cedis producer na me nshirawo enti wo hwe sai sika we kitwa bi a enti Rwanda no e de Ghana sika 230 million Ghana cedis. And a share school fee the mood the whole year. And they are getting the best. Aduane nkwalani di papa. And Ghana ye did 1.14 billion. But you yo. Sika Rwanda they share school fee the mu a year no. Ye the almost times 5. And a say in school fee the mu. It is a car Rwanda able school feeding. Ye boss cannot times 5. And they say in school feeding mu. Still na no aduane ni ho. Still na aniskano enso school for no. Now ye de ene ye 97 pesos. And ye de ma school akoda bia. Uko Rwanda sika aban e de ma school akoda bia no o de baga na skema e 44 pesos. Enti Ghana investing more in school feeding. Still na aduane full tantan kankan. Aduane e bon way, aduane basa trash. Aduane e de ma sebi krama bi kura woni o mampanyin de ma ne krama ya woni. Education minister de ma ne krama ya woni. Education director de ma ne krama ya woni. Agric minister de ma ne krama ya woni. Eno ne de ma school for. Enti e de o man sika over 1 billion Ghana cedis e she school feeding mu. Ene e de no this trash rubbish e de ma school nkola ni so omuni. Ene e de o man sika 213 million o. E de she Rwanda school feeding mu the whole year. Ene e man nkola no aduane papa edi e wo Rwanda. Nutritious food e wo Rwanda e no mudie. So Rwanda e investigate we bi. The Rwanda e invest no Ghana e invested times 5. Still now Rwanda aduane e de ma school nkola no e better than ye de. Simple because Rwandan government are making sure say sa farming na ye concept ye de ya agro wo kromu anu na ye nyansafo bia mo fa wo man ni nsi wo say ye enter into agric na yankasa ye nua no Rwanda aban edua ono ankasa employ farmers omudua aduane enti aban ni dua aduane no otua farmers nka there's abundance of food e wo Rwanda as far as school feeding e concerned. But omu diskake to ebi na eromu per child in Rwanda edi o de Ghana schema 44 pesos per child e wo Ghana 97 pesos. The whole Rwanda the whole year edi o de Ghana schema 213 million Ghana cedis million and they share Rwanda school feeding. Ghana yedi over 1 billion Ghana cedis times 5 of Rwanda sika na same, but we are giving them this rubbish, we are giving them this trash. Ewura we ya empanimfo a modeda various institutions ano ye de say sika we kura ye de say nuane we ma mo nkrama ya omunni eno ne ye de ma school for. So now Charles e wo so omu ko strike omu do omu tusu na gu ho omu kwa enye ya na. So you ask yourself say this whole school feeding brouhaha, what is government doing about it? We have every right to criticize government and to make our own opinions and criticisms. And you come yourself. So one can make you assumptions, they make you conclusions. The media man pay. Now the school feeding problem. What do you have to say? And then one can say, from Anna Clement, the youth advocate, truth will always defeat lies. Now, Nyamiswe Tuobiaka said in the Juma Etie. Me ko ina me ka se nkomo twetwe mama abena fa bia kenten ba betenase ene mama etumi aba betwetwe nkomo na mama Rebecca Brown wo yo Active TV nchen he ya wo ga odumase eye mama Lizzy antena antena ma oba ene mama Lizzy na se mama Lizzy mama anope ye wish you happy birthday we do birthday nyame nchiraw na oma onto nkwam na bibia nso so entumi enye kama madam ho youth advocate Anna Clement, editorial version of Active Mornings Active Bite ena mede ebrel madam ho aba na mame abena fabia kenten atake over menko ba bia dwumadi no to aso. Arise on the youth for your country, the nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Your nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold
obia sentre juma anya media sem danamo active media any active brains consultancy akom huobom ayibusumi sia de atio ese wo beyen sentre juma ni entity ye anuti sa aya camera handling video editing afa graphic designing anya nko o newspaper reporting metre ko wakata impensempensemu afa eba ne kasebo makeup any MCR ni nyina wo be kire bi ewo ho na hye nson ese ohuhia yenti no ye mo 90% practicals enti kan ho na ko for forms ewo Active TV front desk ye chiri kwan so de anya yira kwan ye waga odumase pokwase ablekuma kwantempon eso enchechemu bia ese media for Active Media ewa homatrufo iso 026-773-2508 and I say 02444-11814. Active Media, stay active and see beyond.
Memo akwaba eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Medin NT Dr. Samuel Santientry. Me alliances doctor clinic insu alliances clinic abama yitumi say yitumi eye aduma. Yare bebrebe ehu aduma ene ye ewa ha. Baby a will be a fashion with you say a appenfo, Jappenfo, a wasum juma, yenyo operation. Don't pay a boo and also ye who a jumapa. Yen and a fit 2021, I buy a boy abaso and I know about body say, you will be a bomb more day, a war stroke I have him pa. And what you know, Yaria a bit to say sexual weakness. Prostate disorders and now prostate problems and as infertility your pals your yaria who do be bria ebrinti into me kanchiro obi timi age number no afre doctor e was 0247 77 1981 and 0261425985 hwe clinic actually kwan e wo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben Presby transformer ye yadwuma free adwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation enso se ye pon anumere no nan enefa. Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
All SIM cards in Ghana must be registered again with only the Ghana card. Yes, only the Ghana card.
You will not be able to make voice calls, use mobile money services, internet, and all other services linked to your SIM card if you don't.
To register, dial *404# and follow the prompts. You will be required to send the following details on your Ghana card: Ghana card number, surname, first name, date of birth, and sex.
You will then receive a special code which you will present to your nearest service provider agent or customer care center for your biometric details to be captured. Remember to add your digital address.
Dial *404# on your phone to start registering your SIM card today.
For more information, contact your service provider on 100 or the National Communications Authority on toll-free number 0800 110622. Register your SIM card to stay connected.
After 4 months, so I want to about BM the active morning show. So as the PSA and command the youth advocates, Mr. Clement Ano, so or the active bite and so every make how BM SA streaming live our Facebook and YouTube. Facebook Active TV Ghana at Active TV Ghana and YouTube Active TV GH Active TV GH. And so Emma myself copy more Facebook. Now go Active TV Ghana now follow page na but more than follow no like page no the am sans na jumedi no betimi like a comment na wa share am of phone so answer etimi akebia face so YouTube and so subscribe here Active TV GH akaya bo more than subscribe to the page afin so notification button so and yes so send am pray your call live performance and so more kwa bi na mesere se o de betche sansen fidie ene de ye ejuma empo hunem duana a odumankoma obade nyankopompo abona ya na to me bi ne ho atochima ekakra but as se o twen se mesan edijumedie no abrobe big discussion eso ena edu na big discussion den ho komo ena ye ba betche ene no ye ne eye End Time Widows Foundation and if the cover by no akasa the foundation by and then barbecue nkomo no afa na koma so se obebo no ahwe kunafo and even betchu kon ye den enonya se ni suade hunu se foundation we or the besi wo se or the betchu kunafo na mpo na nkoye nyanka mo ana ye bia obi a opejuma na nka wahwe na waboa ni mum na ofa ekunafo mum esi wo na the cover by ni din a just wo Mr. Paul India and I just say on Rankasa EDC Niswa na watam days na betu say End Time Widows Foundation on Besha no Mabwa Ekunafo Yamana Kwabe na Yedi in Sembisa Yubia and so Ede man my baby yon team Jinafo in Tisa Opese Umbisana Sembia bet me Eddie fire WhatsApp and as a normal text message number 050323 6735 050323 Mr. India and a pain so Mimawakawa Eddie Active Tuesday. End Time Widows Foundation, where they say broker, I mean, straight to the point. End Time Widows Foundation. Nyankasa, my what's na sibi. Yeah. Say, oh boy, ekunafo na achede na FE. My answer seems bisa ebanu sen na oye wadwin say ekunafo na abebo ensan ze nyanka wo ho. Nkrofo mu ni ejuma wo ho. Nenso eye ekunafo na odi esi wenu say omo na pese ombo.
That was ne asembisa wabi say. Betche watie fo nyina ne wona omo hwe. De ntia End Time Widows ebaye ne say. Medikanya aniswade hu aye 2009. Say ye fane say meboa nkofo omuni bie. But before that no, na me ankasa me biological mother oko or how bi mu. Me fane say me papa ware no omujai nti okoware nipa foforo nti na ye hwe ni mu no na mu ayeden nti otumi strage ansana wanya de ebedi otumi bre ansana de yebeko school kwa de ebedi kwa yeden nti mesha ase menyini banana me unse no se oba ononko anse obehwe nkra no eye yeden ananse obi a niku awuagane no se obehwe mofra no eye mu odin nti ebeto makoma so se die ntina sinya mihyiramia ananse mentumi anye bibi emfa ho Inti me hwɛ situation me ma me wo mu no ɛna me de to me ho so sɛ daachin biara no bɛbɔ mmɔden sɛ betu saa namɔ no inti 2009 ni mu no ɛna menya nisuadi hu ɛwɔ asɛm na me kan for years back inti menya saa nisuadi no ɛna me draw plans bi mo bet man shada mfanya ye na ye body to wa uni
ye about plans so but before that no foundation needing end time. Why end time?
Okay, the entire end time ne buy any say end time no ye me nickname.
Oh, okay.
And no ye me nickname. I think say 2000 Simbe Kaipa 2011 12 ni muno. Now ye from me free boy.
Okay.
Because na me no bia aye free. Intina me pa agro mo fra intina ye from me free boy. Inti na metanya revelation fa awie mremu Yesu Kristo ba na yi intina me sha say e preach outside. Say me ya homachin don preach no inti me ko kan Isaiah chapter 33. Ho no na me kan wie na me hu say no. Ese me dis a edin de to me so. Said yet by the end of the day no say uti edin kwa ebe prompto say bibi wo. And I say we ebrebu eba. And I me dey say edin de to me so. Inti say obia ehu me otumi from me end time. Na ma Jesus said the time is very very near.
Okay.
Inti said here ebe prompto say
we emre na okay, inti what a foundation no in a way no o sanso e de eka asem atre nkofo.
In say 2016 e wo new abroom. Ono so tema foundation in sha ase no na me hu edin a me mfama no. Inti me bo ho pa ya na mene 1 or 2 people be a tadi abrabo mu nkomo na ye edin ho nkomo na mo kan say din tina me mfa edin ni mum enfant to said here nkofo be identify adenentem said they betumi aboa na yetumi areche to the people ye person areche na me can say a good idea na ye na agituma ye de edin no na de videos no e de so
now yambra plant a wo make here aba onye nisuade hu no what was your plan?
Okay, my plan no me ye say satam na me nya adwuma esan say 2010 na me sha say me sua adwuma e driving na adwuma enti na me nya adwuma enti me planning say metumi aboa kunanfo at the same time so me vision no say mbeboa kunanfo mbehwe say omo apomude eye omo maso benya school papa ko say nyame ya adom kwa na sinema kwa koye kwa mbesi school dan a onu mbekọ nkura na ase na afi makwa kofafa omo a omo ni bi ne ma no na ya ba behwe omo na ya fa teachers nti na plan is very big.
Okay.
In that time and plan is me go su ekutam. Nti eba ne sa me nya adwuma nti what can bet enti me nya bibia.
Okay, before end time bet was so no we ni programs ni bia wa sha chese enkunafo no na omugine meaning so videos no de bi buy.
Yeah, videos.
Okay, nti ye be share videos ni but ye be to ankomo twetwe so pictures a hu se etwa gu nyina eye programs ni bi o hye ya Oma ekunafo achede obo ebi mu. These are some of the pictures and like I say we say dwumedie no and a foundation ya de a ekoso ye pampacho to so emame.
Okay, nti about 2016 and I me sure say before that kwana me sure say ye adwuma but 2016 and I me sanya another prompt from Hong Kong say didn't na me sure say na me twen amama ba be ni patitiro ansa na ma sure say na I'm can say no say sa na tie dia e die bosumi bia sika bia minya bia wo mi pay mu no me 100 series dia to until from 2017 and I'm sure say me 100 series every month bia na me 100 series e de to
come about the funding of foundation it's say foundation funding na everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, inti fiti ase no sa inti me sha ase sa say before say ubetumi aye bibi no o vision say wankasa otu hu anamo ansa na wanya obi mana supporto esan say o kan say obeye na say o twen say obi be fi abontan be boa wa entumi nya adwuma inti say wankasa otu hu anamo inti me sha say 2017 inti nkakra akra sa afi ebedu babi na sika no yi ena me yes e de mbekwa kobie account e wo Pakwasi Indum GN Bank ena me kobie account na me scanning koto ho nti me scanning to ho ena me sha se nkakra nti ye ajo se ba be first edition pe ena Pakwasi Indum no bank eguye
Jesus Christ. At that point in time na eguye no wabemambu.
To be frank, me nipa. Nti mabamu buye. Me can say it's answer na manya almost 3,000 ayeko.
Wow.
Yeah, na da ho. It's answer na budget say bia first edition anya kwanko for be 25 there. Ye betumi aye. Nti ache no me hu say no ade a me si mani so say ade bia esombo bia no eya there is attack. Enti obonsam
F bia be ye ya obre asana.
Enti obonsam so pese sa ni suadi hu so opese oshegu. Enti ezan simaba mu bu na sima anye ni bi ma ono ano no.
Ni age.
Sa enti eba ne sanam kan say no. Ese me san sha say over again. And I'm sure say the same 100 cedis. Enti afi ono kwa betu mi gidiem e ma say month ni bi wo kwa mitimi ye ni 150. Month ni bi wo kwa mitimi ye ni 200. Why? Because me per se ye contem. Enti through that so before that so 2018 ni mu no na medical call visitation minya videos for by 5 bia me call mo so nsrahwe a ono me tototon a chede eden e de call chemo enti me twitwa some pictures bi e sha say me dey update me status na ma treasure some small message say obi na ni je ho no betumi support no yi enti through that no na next 4 months bi ehu ba ko hu me status and I can't say omba bi di omo 1 anniversary mo post omo no na mum omo pe ajanka na am kan je omo say abrim ha de ajanka bi ani ha nti yi se bi ankokọ nti mbeye sa anhwehwemu eden e de amom nti me sha say me ye nhwehwemu no ma no ko ansi e no no fra me back say wa hu say ya me ye project say na ono net say and am so say ni na ye no so ke siete sade a e de mem pekuna for be 10 or 15 a ombetumi ahwe omo ombe provide niema na me bobo so ni na e de amom eti mechanics and am so once rankasa pebrochi akọ na mfama de ne ko
adwuma na ye simple crab
adwuma na ye simple e na ho na me dan ya me ase e na aja kakra minyan no e na me de kobu sika no na ye into first edition nya Windows 432
wow
ewo Eastern region Labicrom ho na ye first edition into nya Windows 432 into ye for the church of me fan say for presby ya na for community mu nkofo kakra ede ede kan nti after that na afi nkofo ba ku mienu bi ababe hu aha nti omo sha say dey
okay me producer moment here say the first one video no e wo ho nti ye bebo amahwefo so ahwe no we hu say ne o kan na nye nkontompo bi ti patro producer fato so ma
okay
Mama, any idea? And today, we don't have a whole time. Come on, it's not fair for your time. You move this day, yeah. It's very amazing. When you are rich, not to move on so. Every year, I'm a year. A grandfather, and I'm a Amen.
That way, the first program or the share so as episode or the show the Labi Chrome that was in the year 2019. And I just said Otimi Edition share 23 dates in okay, it's not just China Ubedi and one anniversary.
Yeah, it's that program required to need divine grace.
Okay.
Then there to need divine grace. Say na ye ni enna says Sir, nurse for me and son bet me a boy, manage me a bassa. It sounds a surprise.
It is a foundation on Qua Anna Uda Sucremana war and for
right now. After that, new first edition. After yes, I say ye nyamu more experience. Na be more fair now or more church. Obi can say, oh, I don't know, you're good, but I say register. Before say wait me anya sponsorship ne manema nti on the 30th July year 2019 and I kokko register register no Accra ha and I register nti omo approve the my and I nya your certificate nti ye register omo na mo ye very close ana omo ni je ho no ti say Eda Francis Amankwa and Pastor Onoye Pentecost presiding da and Pastor Collins Dugbaja and also ye ICGC pastor nti and Eda Obed ye nipa foi and e kambum na de kokko register NGO.
Wow. Nti after the 2019 there no do one say na
okay 2019 no after say year we no un say na pictures no and said that nya clear it say ye dey your phones and the teacher says na ye ni camera bia nti that year ni mo ye wie no na one lady be very faithful nyami enhia no.
So after that no let's do the comparison here.
Okay.
Where nyamo ye later we dey na me twemu bi na me gina mu pa na say we no that time na camera ba nti ehun sunsun ye evu mu. Okay.
Nti saa brand mu no na Mariam Boatin eto camera e free US e money.
Wow.
Na your friend say Mr. Samuel Kodia ono so nya minhira no ono so na BP apparatus ono so tobacco e che e say na after that na ma sha say e campaign wo status me campaign wo group bia me wom nti saa nkofo menu ani beje ho ma omotumi sponsor saa ne ma we menu nti after that no and be second edition in the balance second edition is the same 2019 on the 7th December.
So August and then December.
Wow. It sounds as atanam kofo ania babe hu nti ebi mu fi omo we mu e sha se omo bobo nti e bobo scanner no e hu se e dose nkakra no na e call takrade na e kokoye second edition no nti takrade second edition so no so yenya videos for 36
32 to 36 before the count.
Sir, inti anono so sofno so e support ye. Inti anono so ye fa your friends a Triumphant Praise International. Sa church in the fire. And ye fa community nimu nkofo no and ye bobo mo ano edu 36 and ye or anono so a program no. Inti ye wie ho no and ye ba third edition. And the third edition so anono so ye ne ono sa brano na afa na covid no so apagya nimu
Okay.
Nti ono no ye share date no on the 5th April 2020. Nti COVID ni be boom. Nti ema aban de mra bebre e de bai. Nti ama ya ntumi anye. Nti ya twentwen so saa kosi se COVID no e ba afom. Ena nti COVID ni ba afom na yesan efa another date e 30th August. 30th August 2020 no. Nti after 4 months later ena ye third edition no. Nti third edition so yenya akunanfo mako 42.
It is so far dodo say na maye.
Sesi ya 4th.
My 4th edition. Yeah. Okay, my share difficulties how fame abra mo share somebody foundation we.
Okay. Difficult firm say moane emma ade ba kono no. Ena after say first edition meet group say obia na neje hu bia no me ade no say anka every month bia no ye ntumi enye ye friends a contribution say we are from 10 cities and above, but obia pne so but na nkofo ba mi nu pe ena na omutumi ede enti me fan say right now the big challenges are ye famu funding sa and ye friends
say plans be na da wanim say na odi egu akwemu say obeye de aboa ekunafo.
Okay, right now no ye planning for 5th edition. Now 5th edition right now no ya davete ye ho kakra bi e de aba school for me fan say akunanfo ma ene omo ni bi nti sesi anu ye pese ye books ne me fan say learning material omo betumi di asua de nti ye budget say be ye books be 5,000 to 7,000. And now right now
nti exercise books ne bi
ebi na etwa gu no ebi no nti sesi anu ye ne omo ye books no so edi ho nkomo no omo say per head no omo ye ba kun bi on beje 3 cedis with the design and everything and some pens I better turn one or two things nti sesi anu ye gu so seeking for sponsorship I bet to me I hear that 5th edition.
Okay, and not just say who be here say abofo e ba be so mu ama yetimi ababe boa e bi obi pese on reche mu obi hwen opese on reche we bi na opese esika fam bi opese onye bia number obetimi areche mu ewo so.
Okay, number no obetimi areche say e ba nsa no ye register number back for merchant number nti say ukita MTN number there obetumi asend it through some merchant no ebeba 0248 03 45 23 0248 03 45 23
more social media handles and so.
Okay, right now no me fan say YouTube nkwa na yewo nti obo end time videos obe hu ye channel
husband say videos ni bebre go
videos ni na
ombetimi akwakwhwe ni nyina se na omusha ase kra kototo niema na ye bibia no ni nyina wo ye ne documentary kama bebre na go kwa obe hu ni nyina ye bedo asesa no pe obadwumi de ni ye no watwetwe ko ye ni ajepa odofo wonso eni nipa mesre wo hwa no ni ebia na aka wakoma se obebo number no e no de tudwa no na kese waboa na ayefe ebi a wo ntimi entu anamo enko bobi but ono de wafato no se obeye ntu di scan fan so na aduane ntade bibiara o de fan so obeboa na chese bibia ayaka ma ne enso yetimi abo omo a omo hia sa emo isa so na ne eda nani mo pese onye books pens pencils chese so ye ni na no de concern usika ye ba kwa 3 cedis ebi a na ebi kra wankasa wo publishing company wankasa books no ye bi na so pese wonye mfamboa na number no de tuja no abomoden a friend was na chese won na chumpacho memo wati number no so bi
WhatsApp number nka okay my WhatsApp number no 0544 47 3052
okay
and 0544 47 3052
okay into numbers 2 bi a pese won ne nkasa bi a friend was so ni no bejo false na so onne wo atwetwe nkomo end time widows foundation and then pay ye ne atwetwe nkomo na ne kofa by Mr. Paul India and na chese won hu enisuade hu no and ofato no say obedi hu djuma na wodi hu so djuma chese ekoso ye pancho do for onso boa anopay active morning show aha enebre ma yakwan amayede esi enyame nkwa anambeji gwa ema djumede ne ewie peye ageni mboatin ene Clement ebetena say the trending issues ebreye sanso and na Joan Laporta also the sports update by media entertainment update and a big discussion and so ebre wow it's na say woje bre na wo hwe aseda en koma sanso and a wow messages e buy and so aseda en koma afin so mo amko Facebook YouTube na mo ko hwe wo ho na drop a comment na so ye da wase bebre mo nkosoa na mo share Active TV ebiem afi the team ni nyina so aseda en koma mo eye too sweet MCR owo ho saso na wisdom and so e boma bibia eye kama afi monitors be petra so boa e hwe Emma bibia etimi ekototin aha ene edi besi nia midi etra to executive producer asada PSA enkonkoma no yame enkosoa empijano no mbo no hobai ahoden ene nkwatenten sika na yesre ede ema no aha ena midi jumedi ni simidin ede mame Abna Fabia yakra mochina yebesi sinkunya